Oh, hey, it's us. We're back. It's a bonus Urchins bonus content episode here on a Tuesday. Thank you all for joining us. I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everyone is enthused and excited and has... what I really hope is that people have questions about Victorian London.
Why?
Yeah.
Specific, maybe questions about sewers. Oh, I forgot my sewer book. I was going to bring the sewer book.
I feel like we need your sewer book.
I know, it's not my sewer book, it's my partner's sewer book. I was like, oh, if only I knew more about sewers. And he's like a massive nerd. He was like, here, I have this book on the history of sewers. Oh my God. Yes! Before we get into all that, let's remind ourselves who we are, because I am having an identity crisis. I've forgotten. I think I'm Shamini. I think he's she, her pronouns.
No, your name's Emily Bates.
Yeah, that's definitely you.
I get those two confused. Very
You
easily
shouldn't.
done. I am one of the interchangeable RPGs.
Wow. Okay, I'm offended.
Wow.
there.
Yeah.
Zach, this is your fault. You've got me in trouble now. Tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm Zack. My pronouns are he, him. I played, what was my character's name? Theo. I played Theo. It's been a week and I've
What was
forgotten
your
it all.
surname, Zach? What was your
Yeah,
surname?
what was your surname?
I know.
Hang on. I've got it in notes somewhere. Oh, fuck.
Oh, the tick, tick, tick.
I
points.
didn't know it was a pop quiz.
Yeah. It's a
Shit.
talkback.
Think Jay-Z.
Perfect. Yeah.
Great. Love that.
Wait.
Quickly,
know
think Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's name. Carter?
Yeah.
Great.
Jay-Z's name?
Yeah.
Well, you know how I
John
reverse
Carter.
engineered that is Beyonce, I think.
Yeah.
Miss
That's how I
Carter.
know it. It's because of Carter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah.
I do not think
Theo
Jay-Z,
is
though.
Beyonce. Theo is the Beyonce of the
So
Victorian era.
and Theo absolutely the Beyonce of the crew in that he will devastate you.
Oh.
Oh, and how about you, Folarin?
Hello, I am the artist formerly known as Folarin Akinmade, and still currently the artist known as Folarin Akinmade. Please ignore the sound of crashing behind me. It's nothing to worry about. It's
I'm not worried.
suspicious at all.
We can hear it right now.
Great, good.
Decided he'd rather be here.
Rather than dealing with whatever that is.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's.
I was playing Will, whose last name was Radford.
Radford, yeah.
Lauren knows. Lauren knows. Fiona, bringer of the surnames.
Bringer of the surnames. Hello, everyone. My name is Fiona. I'm one of the interchangeable RP geeks. I'm the one that it always introduces like a horror element, even when I don't intend to. As just me, I'm just very spooky. I was playing Eddie or Edwina Walker. I had my note there, and I was like, what was it? That was it. It was a walking vocation. I'll tell you, my fun fact is I was looking up Victorian surnames, and it turns out, obviously, this makes more sense. It's all related to class, but actually, like stuff like Walker, Tanner, obviously, it's job occupations as well. So that's why I was like, oh, well, I could give these people any surnames, and I was like, well, I might need to check in with people first before I just give them a random surname. I'm glad I did, because that would have been like, you're this. That was my sort of vibe. That's your name now.
So did you give people advance warning?
I checked in with the only person, which was Folarin. I was like, do you have a surname? And he went, yes. And I was like, great. What is it? That was it.
I was going to ask. That was going to be one of my questions. Was how did you come up with a surname? Because I didn't know that was happening. Fiona just was like, boom, we all have surnames now. I was like, wow, that's cool. Emily Bates, or are you? No, you are. I know who you are. You're not me.
I'm Shamini Bundell, and one of the RP geeks. We're all interchangeable. You can't tell the difference. I don't believe you. And I played Pansy, who had a surname.
Which was
Cavendish.
Oh,
that's bullshit.
Oh,
always
That
been
was you
Cavendish.
pulled that so quickly.
Always been
That was
Cavendish.
unbelievable.
I've googled Victorian surnames and I put them up on my screen to my right. And I just glanced
Fine.
over it. And
But
was
I
like,
will still
"Yeah."
say it didn't look as if you looked. It looked as if you just had that ready.
Yeah.
So
I
that
should
was
have done that when I should have looked up Victorian surnames before I named that random lady. Blah 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 blah.
So the
lady in the sewer?
woman whose house we broke into.
The woman whose house you broke into.
Her name was Lady Edelwick.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good name.
Yeah. And Jambu. was
John.
Oh, that woman! I thought I was so
yours?
confused when you said that because I was like, I thought you meant the first one we broke into, Madame M.
There's many houses, and you didn't.
We broke into so many houses.
We
You
did
just
break
walked
into
in.
Madam in. Yeah, we walked in. Eddie Walker walked
Yeah,
in.
we weren't invited. It felt breaky-in-ish.
Jarnby, however you're spelling that, I'm spelling it Jarnby.
Oh, it was a Y? I thought it was two E's.
Controversially, that's how I spelt it. Was just because I've been watching Bleak House, and it's all about jaundice, and I was like, yes, John. That's a name. That's a vibe.
See, I can't say it not in a British accent. I have to say John B because otherwise
B.
I say Jarnby.
Jarnby.
And that doesn't sound right.
Jarnby.
Oh my
Jarnby.
God. Jarnby. So cute.
So I'm always like Jamby. I'm basically
Jamby.
saying Jamby.
Jarnby.
Jamby.
Ah.
Dickens has some amazing names, and I feel like I could have gone with better names because Dickens, everyone has very evocative names, and the sounds of the names, they're all ridiculous, but they kind of sound like something that the character might, some element of the character, which I really like.
Like Thwistle Thwopple.
Excuse me?
What?
What do you call it?
Tight.
Thwistle Thwopple.
Don't be rude.
Thwistle Thwopple. I've decided that's a name.
That's a great
That's a
name.
good
You just made it up
That's
though.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay,
I like the
yeah.
idea that, like, maybe I could be like, you meet a character, you meet someone, what's their name, and then whatever name you go, like the character's just vibes based on the name that you just made up. Like,
I love that. Yeah.
That's
For
a
sure.
system.
Is that not how most people do it? I feel like that's how I do it.
But like asking the players for the
Oh,
name.
asking the
and
players.
then
I see.
I see it
Oh, you
up.
see, I will hear other people like reading a book or see a film, and I'm like, that's a great name, and I'll make a little list, and then I'll go when we have to make characters. I'll pick that. Like
Oh.
Eddie was from. I rewatched Absolutely Fabulous, and obviously,
Ah.
yeah, and I was like, I'll use that name because I quite liked it. So yeah.
Is that why the other day you sent me a clip from Absolutely Fabulous?
Yes, that's
Trapped.
exactly it.
Snap is asking what Princess Cecilia's surname is, and I feel like if you're royalty,
It's Royal Highness, isn't it?
you can get away without having.
Yeah, Her Majesty.
Her
Yeah.
Majesty Cecilia. Yeah.
Because I know,
Because
yeah,
the Queen and all that, they just had to invent a surname for practical purposes, but it's not
Yeah.
their real surname.
no.
Isn't that right?
It's the
But they
German-
must have had one at some point though, right?
Yeah, it's the German one.
Battenberg,
Something
Mountberg.
like that.
Mountbatten.
Yeah.
Mountbatten.
Mountbatten. Yeah.
Yeah, Mountbatten. There
No,
you
no,
go.
that's what they became. Right?
Mountbatten was the
No, they're
total
Windsor.
Super
The
German.
No,
Windsor.
the Windsor was what
No,
they
they
became.
made up Windsor. That was completely.
Yeah.
No, but it's in the first one. Their original last name was Mountbatten,
Yeah.
and then they,
Ah.
yeah,
I believe.
And then they changed it
Right,
because
wasn't
I
it?
think Mountbatten
I'm
was
Googling.
an anglicization
Ah.
of something else.
oh,
Someone looking this up.
I think Princess Cecily, my canon answer is that she's just called, well, because Princess Cecily, I think I said it in the session 0, is, there's again, I steal everything, because that's how we do things. Hello High Rollers, which is another RPG podcast, they had a side campaign where the character was called Princess Cecily or Princess Cess. And so in my head, it's Princess Cecily Cess, is what it is.
Right. Okay,
Cess, her name is Cess.
I've got an article from the Independent here that says that the Queen Victoria's eldest son, Edward VII, belonged to the house of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha.
Saxe Coburg
Brilliant.
Gotha.
oh yes, of course, yeah.
Obvious Saxe Coburg Gotha, yeah.
And because of anti-German sentiment during the First World War, I believe, the name Windsor was chosen.
Yeah, Snap has
Where's
said in
Mountbatten come from then?
Snap has said in the
Cool.
chat they removed their surname because it was the name of a German bomber. According to this in the chat. So thank you,
wow.
Snap. There you go. So yes,
Well, hold on, but a question about pets, right? Because Princess Cecily is descended from a line of pigeons who were originally owned by Jarnby. So did they not just have his last name?
Jambi.
They're their own family.
Princess
Cecily
Cecily
Jambi.
Jambi.
I mean, technically, my cat has my partner's last name at the vets, but we don't call her the full name. So,
Because why would you need to?
right, exactly. But at vets they do call out like there's like so and so Smith, and it's always the
That's
pet's
true.
name, right? So
That is true.
like it'd be like It's like, ooh, Fluffy Smith, where are you?
Now I
Fluffy
must ask, is at the vet, is she called Fancy Alice?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a good question.
Or is she just
fancy.
Alice?
No. So, quick context for everyone who's watching. So, my partner adopted a cat and never changed her name, and she was Fancy Alice at the shelter, and has always been Fancy Alice. The vets call her Alice, but we think
Disgusting.
right. It's one name. We think it's Fancy Alice.
Fancy Alice.
Fancy Alice.
Fancy Yalis. Fanged Yalis.
Yeah, exactly.
Fancy
But then
Alice.
they'll go
Alice.
Alice, and like I've yet to go to
Fancy
that,
Alice.
but I have to be like Jacob.
In
That's
your British accent, you would
Alice.
say to this American.
It's Fancy Alice.
It's Fancy Alice.
Fancy Alice.
But
Please do that.
I've said to my partner, I said, like, you need to tell them that's not her name and don't go up. It's really embarrassing when it's just
Like-
me and the...
Like, we're not moving.
You tell him you
until-
can't be the English woman in America demanding that her cat be
I was like,
called
I will-
Fancy Alice.
There'll be no one else in the room. I got to go up. And it's like, no, you don't. You got to wait till your name is called. There's a process.
It's like that. It could be any other cat. They know what her name is. It's
They
on
don't.
her sheet.
You just go, well. Yeah, it's rarely has it been someone has once called her Fancy, and I had to correct that as well because it's Fancy Alice. Anyway.
Oh, I can understand calling her Fancy though. That does, in a way, that makes at
No.
least they're trying to read.
That's
the
her
sheet.
ego's got to go up way too much. They've got to put her together, put her down. One.
I'm so fancy.
Anyway, enough about
I'm a
pet
little
names.
cat.
So, what we're going to be doing today is answering various questions of our own, question of chats, and also I have some law. I have a few little bits of law to drop. Just
Great.
I have so much law to drop that I'm like going to try and restrain myself.
Well, when you start off with one though, Charlotte?
So I thought, yeah, maybe I can just jump in with a little
that's great.
crime law. Would you like some crime law?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love a little
Heck
crime.
yeah, crime.
Law about crime. So there were two sort of jobs that Tanner's criminal gang got up to, and one that we opened with, and one that never happened. Luckily, we didn't have time for that.
I love how you. By the way, can I just say, I love how hard you drove the train job, and then immediately we're like, you
Nope,
cannot
guys,
do
we're not.
train
We
not
job.
do the train job.
You mustn't do the train job.
She literally said to me before my first, she was like, Emily, you mustn't let them go
Don't
do the
let them
train
do
job.
that.
I was like, how am I meant
go.
to stop them doing the train job?
And I was like, Emily, I've really given them a lot of motivation to need to do the train job.
And I was like, right, but you
This
don't
is,
want to do
this
it.
is the consistent theme of this series is
But I'd like them to
Shamini
not.
giving
No.
us the most
the thing.
motivation to do
Here's the
something
thing.
and really hurting us in a particular direction.
Yeah.
And then immediately going, what are you doing? Don't do
Why
that.
are you doing that?
No, stop it! Stop following
wrong.
plot. Wait.
No,
Yeah.
it's not what you're
Wait.
supposed to be doing.
It's such mixed messages because it's like, but I thought that's what you were telling us to
Well,
do.
I
We thought you needed that.
The beginning opening scenes were nearly like great. I was like, I can just railroad this. You rob the post office, you leave, great, railroaded. And then Folarin happened. But,
What happened?
No,
up
Florida.
until that point, it was
Yeah.
great.
Oh, that's not fair. To
Wait. You say, and then Folarin happened. I was the
First
first.
one.
I set the
Yeah.
tone for everything.
So basically, you thought, oh, I could railroad this, and then Folarin was in your game.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately, I was like,
Florence,
and I want to
watched
be,
my
I want to
point.
be, but this is the thing. I want to be so clear. Here's what happened. You did your little explanation-y bit, and then we had a bit of an interaction, and then I went, oh my gosh, I failed as a player. I haven't done enough. I haven't
gotten in
given
the
her
habit.
enough material to work with.
I must keep going.
I've just kind of been like, oh yeah, sure, I'll say a little bit and then disappear. So I was like, you know what? Time to make a big swing so that Shamini has some shit to work with.
Which you did, and
So you're welcome, actually.
Yeah.
I did like the whole series just me panicking, being like, they're making big swings, and then realizing that made everything very entertaining, but still very alarming.
Stop swinging so big.
What happened? Oh no, that's good. You want
Little swings, little swings.
Butts.
No home runs, just to
Right.
first base. That's it. Where are you going?
The Hatton Garden
Yeah.
post office robbery.
Yes, sorry.
Real robbery,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where are we? We're 1881. There was a post office branch situated near Hatton Garden in the busy district of Holborn, says the Postal Museum. And it was the scene of a bold robbery. It was not even that. Well, I suppose the bold thing was, it was like 5 o'clock on I think November evening. And they just walked in and they had someone turn the lights off. And I was like, oh, and then you have to like open a lock because that's obviously Theo's whole thing. No, they just like waited until everyone was screaming in the dark and just like took a bag off the wall, like a bag of post.
Yeah.
And all the post is full of super expensive jewels because it's just
hat and
the jewel
gold,
that's doing the post, jeweler post.
Fantastic.
So they were just like yoink, and then they left.
Wow.
You know those things where you'll learn some sort of piece of information about the past that reminds you that, contrary to sort of popular belief, people in the past are just as complex and sophisticated as you are. And then you're like, oh yeah, of course, because we haven't changed that much as a species. And then someone will be like, actually, back in the Victorian era, you could just turn off the lights and then steal everything, and people will be like, oh no, my vision.
I can't see it.
But it was full of, I think it was just because it's like, well, it's full of people. No one's going to be able to steal anything when everyone's around. No, they just turn the lights off. £80,000 at the time, more than 6 million in modern.
I gotta be real. I think it's on. I think,
Yeah.
fair cop.
Yeah.
Fair play.
100% fair play. Oh,
Yeah.
you turned the lights off, and that enabled you to steal £6 million.
Damn.
Fucking fair enough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yours now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if you're the first person
it.
to realize that that's possible, good on you. Like,
Literally.
Set up for
That's
life.
Especially
that's on
if
the
you're able,
postal
if you're able to
service
get
at that
6
point.
million without actually hurting anyone as well.
That's it,
That's
yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yoink it.
Literally, it is a Robin Hood of steal from the rich and then keep. You don't.
Rich
Steal from
and
the rich.
hey, I'm
Keep.
poor. Yeah.
That's not how that phrase goes.
keep.
I don't know,
Still-
Folarin. I
Classic
think
Robin
Fiona made a really
Hood.
compelling
Steal
point.
from the rich and keep it.
Yeah.
I'd put
Classic
that
Robin.
in the game, if I'd been like, and then you steal it and you walk out, you'd have been like, I didn't see, that doesn't seem very plausible. That wasn't really a challenge.
Really, honestly, if you'd done that,
Yeah.
I'd have been like, surely that can't be
Yeah.
it, Chava.
I would have assumed someone would have been coming after us afterwards.
Yeah.
Or like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes,
We'd have been
yes.
spotted or
Someone coming after you and following you in an Urchins game. I don't think that happened
That
much.
happens so much.
Oh, should we do a
Oh,
little
was the
counter? How
final
many times
guy?
did that
I
happen?
have a question
Yeah.
about the end. There was the guy that was lurking on the corner.
Yeah.
Was John?
No, it wasn't John. Sorry you never met John. I may have overbuilt up John. That was just one of Sally's
assumed it was
teenagers
John.
who she hired.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you remember how the assorted teenagers
Yes, yes,
came
yes,
to
yes.
come beat us
Yeah.
up, and I
Yes.
was like, I don't know, I have a gun, guys.
Pretty
I don't know about that.
sure we can end this. Yeah.
Do you want to, or do you just want to kind of go away now?
I brought a
Oh.
gun to a teenager's fight. So that's what
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be for only, like, I don't know, the 5 people listening to this who are fans of Hellboy. But the joke is, watch out, that urchin's got a gun. Which is a reference to the famous panel where Hellboy shouts that, watch out, that monkey's got a gun. You're welcome.
Excellent. Love that. Thank you, Folarin.
Both very
You're welcome.
concerning. And then the other crime was the Great Gold Robbery, where they were sending gold on the train to Paris, and the London Bridge to Folkestone train, and you have to keep the gold in the train safe, and you have to have like 2 copies of 2 different keys, and they weigh the safe going on and off the train, and then like be like, this is how much it should
Sorry,
weigh.
where was all this security for the post office?
They were really
The
into
trains are
gold.
really important. When was the train robbery?
That was
More recent, right?
1855.
Oh.
So
No,
before,
Four.
like near
Yeah.
30 years before.
they were
Look,
much
it's the
more
post
careful.
office. Let's
More
not
careful.
go into
The post office that has £6 million on the wall.
Yeah, it's just post though. Oh no, it's just some post. But yeah, no, that was quite expensive post.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You said this
Sorry.
train robbery was going to Paris. It's probably the French are giving some like, hey, you need these security, and we're like, oh, bloody French with all their rules. Okay, fine. That's probably what happened, right?
Well, the train arrived in Paris, and they were like, "Where'd the gold go? What's all this lead in these safes?" And there was major disagreement between the French and the English about whose fault, like exactly at what point the gold got stolen.
Ah.
However, when the gold, I think, came off in Folkestone, when the safes were weighed, it did not weigh the same. So Paris were like, yeah, that was you. And everyone was like, there's no way that people on a moving train between like that short time could have nicked the gold. But they did. It helped that 2 of them were like worked for the railway. So one of the people was the guard who was like literally there at the time. One of the people was like the guy who sets the guard schedule so he can make sure that his guard.
got it.
They'd gotten like wax copies of the keys, and they'd taken in a load of lead and failed to weigh it properly because it was supposed to, like their plan was to like make sure it was exactly right.
So what I'm hearing is that the next Ocean's 11 film should be a period piece.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
is actually a great idea.
I love
So
that.
they
idea.
made a film of this, but it was somewhat fictionalized. So it was with who's that? That Sean Connery was in it.
Who's that?
Oh.
Donald Sutherland.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Who's that?
Michael Crichton, as in
Jurassic Park. fame.
Jurassic Park. Michael Crichton
sure.
wrote a book on it
Ah.
based on this in '78, and then they did a in '75, and then they made a film in '78. But I was gonna draw heavily upon the book because it was a little bit more dramatic than the actual thing, where they just like worked for the company and were like, let's swap some lead for some gold. Because in the film, Sean Connery is like on the roof of the moving train and is just getting ripped, and he's like, and he has to like climb off, and I'm like, yeah, we're doing that.
Yes.
But just to be clear, this is the train job you didn't want.
They
them
wanted
to
us to do. That could have been me and Theo. It could have been Will on the
There
back.
could have been something key that
Pansy
Zombie
in there.
needed on the train.
Yeah.
When
Pansy
I
there.
overplanned for episode 2, if you happened to have been very, very fast, that was,
It was an over planning.
it was an over planning section. I was like, and then they will do the train job, and then the episode started passing, and I was like, they will not do the train job.
There is no chance they get to that train job.
Yeah. I haven't even found out about it yet.
That train has been delayed and
Wait, hold on. But if we did the train job, were you imagining a world in which it would have just been Theo and Eddie?
Well, that was somewhat my problem. Is that no way was Will doing it. So I was like, in episode 2, I would have been happy for you to split off and do separate jobs, and like Will would have had a whole, figuring out that maybe Edward George is out to get you all, and you'd have done that element by yourself, and that would have been your plot.
Yes, fine.
Which is still, it was definitely a question of like, I want these cool things to happen, but I don't want them to all be separate, that they all have very separate lives. But this was kind of this was also the part of the plot before you all were like, oh, we have a kind of Jambi Pansy based mission, right? You haven't met Pansy yet. And you weren't really supposed to know about Jambi yet. You weren't supposed to know any of that until Pansy turned up and said, by the way, there's a man and we have to go do a thing. But you broke into a house, and then I was like, letter from an orphanage?
That
and
was
then
good,
suddenly
though.
what was happening, and I was like, it's happening now! It's happening!
Wait, surely we have to take this opportunity to give you such a star and an applause for being presented with chaos and going, I can make this story actually.
It was really fun. I really liked it.
Good.
Yeah,
It was very
roller
good.
coaster ride kind of way. It's probably the adrenaline talking.
I mean, I liked how you incorporated this letter thing, and then we're like, okay, now in episode 2, I'm like, okay, so Will, Eddie's asleep next to you, Theo's asleep, there's some moonlight. What do you do? And you're like, I'm going to read the letter
Wow, a
through my
perfect-
head.
perfect shard of moonlight strikes down on
No.
Like,
Let's please be exact. It's not that I wanted to read the letter through the moonlight. I was like,
No.
I'm going to channel the power through my head,
Yes.
But it's
forgetting that I had not
you
yet
thought
read the
you
letter.
read it. You were like, I don't care what's in it. I'm definitely
So
know that.
I was like,
already read
going like, yeah. Why aren't you letting Will do this? I was like, yeah,
Yeah, Shamini.
yeah, Shamini.
Yeah.
Mamma mia.
I think I remember at the time being really a bit belligerent, trying to back up
Yeah.
Folarin, like really
Oh, he wants
do
to
a
use his
solid.
superpower.
Yeah, let him read
And
the
then
letter, let him
immediately
go.
being hit with, he hasn't read the letter yet.
And I was like, interesting. So I just made up that memory of reading the letter. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
But I liked how, Shelley, you set it up like, here's the moonlight, here's everything, and
Yeah.
and
And I just
Laura's like,
ignored you.
this, and you're like, no, idiots, that's plot, no,
Incorrect.
Put the plot down.
put it down, do it like this.
Get that out of your mouth!
Get back on my railroad. I railroaded you very clearly.
There's no robbery on the railroad, just rails, please.
Just rails.
Just rails, exactly. Yeah.
I just really love it because there was a we had this big moment right before Emily came in, where we had this big emotional standoff, me and Folarin, about the train job. Like, I'm taking Eddie on the train job. You're out of here if I don't do this most important thing of the train job.
Yeah,
And
I
then we
watched that
signed
scene
it.
and was like, "Oh, I have to get rid of that? Okay, yeah."
I mean, it worked.
And then we sign in to the next session, and somebody's like, "By the way, you really shouldn't do the train job." And I'm like,
Gonna need you to
"Okay,
do everything but the train job.
I'm gonna have to really climb down off this ladder."
Well, you didn't climb down off the ladder. You climbed up an adjacent ladder of boss murdering. Like,
Yes,
found
That's
a-
true.
Yeah,
not
You did also
murdering.
give
He's
me-
not dead.
Yeah, it was great. Not murdering.
Yeah, but injuring,
Yes.
mauling, disabling.
Violently assaulting.
Yes.
Yeah,
Some
violently
might
assaulting.
call,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Brings
a
us
bigger and
oddly
better
hard.
ladder, and thank you for doing that instead of the train job.
I
I'm
loved
sorry.
it. What you
I
doing?
know I'm up this train job ladder, guys, but I'm seeing this other ladder over here.
That I
It
just
looks
made.
Boss
kind of
murder.
interesting.
But again, that was helped. I think again another prop to Shamini for bringing someone going out. Oh, this is a condemned building. We're gonna get rid of it. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
oh,
that
well,
was
we know
great.
where we're going then. So I thought that was a nice little gem. Because
Yeah.
again, we'd had this big argument. Pansy had come in to sort of reinforce the zombie stuff through Emily's amazing sort of like role play. And then we had this other dude who you described as like, oh, these poor children. And then Zack going like, fuck off. And then coming back because it's like, what do we do? Tell an adult to fuck off. Great, you know. So
Tell the adult. To fuck
I mean,
off,
look, that's
really.
the solution to most things.
Tell the adult to fuck off.
I did love that. That whole exchange was so good.
because we were all like,
Well,
oh,
because
shoot.
look, at what point has an adult done anything good for Theo, other than like give me work with
It was
with
some
Tanner,
biscuits
right?
At one point, some biscuits.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Eleanor was
Food.
always nice to us.
That's true, but I would say that
He's
every
told.
other adult
Yeah.
Yeah.
has systemically proved to not be a caring figure.
Yeah.
But and I think almost more to the point, and we did discuss it afterwards. It's such a the worst thing that an adult can do for you specifically, but I think any teenager is like be condescending. It's
Oh.
like treat you like a child.
Yeah.
And so the
Pity
fact that he
you.
was trying to, and it was completely well intentioned, but the fact that he like pitied you and was like, "Oh no, I want to help," you're like,
Oh.
"Fuck you."
Thoughts and prayers. Yeah. Sorrows.
I
yeah, you're like,
kill now. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
actually.
I think I'll resort to murder instead, good sir.
I had no
He
idea.
didn't die. He's not dead. That was the point.
Did anyone else at the point where you found out that like, oh, he doesn't really own this building? Did anyone else expect that to happen? Because
Oh no.
No.
Did I
No.
expect he didn't
No.
own the building? No, not for a
No.
second.
No, I thought that was
no.
great.
After that, what I mean is after that reveal, which I did know about because I
You put it in.
Oh, when
Yeah.
he
Didn't
was
expect
Zack to kill
Theo to go. Yeah,
I assumed that would be the case.
when he
yeah.
was on the way, I was like, he's going to hurt this man.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he would go
Yeah.
to death, and he didn't necessarily. Like you know.
Think of it.
So
No, I.
Um,
Like, what will he do?
but, like-
Nothing. He'll probably just go off and do something with everyone. Oh no! Oh, he's gonna go. Oh,
no, because he's the protective one. So in
Yeah.
my head, that made sense. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved that. I thought it was great. Great moment.
Thank you.
But I will say that the reveal that he didn't actually own the building was another thing. And again, we just discussed this afterwards. But it was one of those great twists where it's like, it was genuinely shocking
Yeah.
and yet also made perfect
Makes
sense.
sense.
Because it was like, obviously he doesn't own it. Why would
Yeah,
he? That
yeah.
it didn't even make
Why
sense.
would this
that-
man own this building?
Yeah, and
Literally.
if he owns this building, why isn't he renting it properly? Like rather
Yeah,
than to like
all these
3
zombies.
random
Terrible.
kids. Like yeah.
And it was this thing where I think in my head I'd constructed a world where it was like, oh, he like owns it through some weird illicit means, but
It's
like
you
it's going to be too
decided on it.
expensive to fix it up, and so he hasn't done blah blah blah. But it's like, no, obviously he just doesn't own it.
because it was in the session 0, right? You feel ownership over it because what we've all decided together, the story we've all agreed on, we've all come up with it, is that you have this landlord, Mr. Tanner, and he owns this building, and he found you in it, and he said you could stay, right? So that was taken as read. It wasn't like
Yeah.
clues dropped in the story. We had said that
Yeah.
was the case, and then I was like, no.
But now I take it. Yeah.
Actually,
I loved it.
wow.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because it was the same with like
But I do
we're the kids at the orphanage who have the superpowers, and I'm like, what are you? Ooh.
Yeah, that threw
Yes,
me.
that's true.
I was like going like, what do you mean there's more? Because I knew that Emily's character would have powers, and maybe we'd lost someone or something like that. But then Emily going, oh, well, there's loads of us, and I'm just like going like, has Fiona forgotten something from the session 0? And am I
Yeah.
misremembering everything? So no, it was great. Really enjoyed that.
See, that was one where I was expecting that we were going to find out that we weren't the only ones with powers, because I was trying to work
Yes.
out how else you were going to give us the
Lauren,
powers.
you predicted all of my plot points. Just every episode, you would be like, I wonder if it's this, and it was always exactly that.
And you're like,
No,
maybe.
well, hold on. You're
Every
forgetting when I was like, giant
I-
pigeon,
I-
giant mutant pigeon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I genuinely at one point thought it was going to be giant mutant pigeon as well.
Yeah.
When you were describing the
That
woman
would've been
in the
great.
sewer,
Yeah, I was
I
like,
thought,
here it is.
as did chat. Chat were all there. They were like, oh my god, giant pigeon.
Yeah.
We're all
No,
just...
I also suspected that there would be other kids with powers. What I didn't expect is that those other kids with powers would have been from the same, orphanage as
orphanage.
us and were the people that we left behind.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that was what surprised me of like, oh, you just didn't talk to each other.
Yeah, right.
It
Well,
makes total
so
sense.
Sean-
You
Somebody
guys
told
just found
me-
each other and decided.
Yeah.
Shamini was like, yeah, the other 3 were like a bit weird and like didn't really talk to anyone else, and that and then they left, and so
Yeah,
that's
some
why Pansy had
disagreement.
this like,
Yeah.
you guys like ran away, like you're the weird ones, not the ones who
All the weird
escaped.
ones.
Yeah.
Which was in our session 0. It's like, you were the weird kids at the orphanage, and you thought it was because you had superpowers, and I'm like, no.
We were just weird.
You were
Yeah,
just
it's
weird.
so
You were just weird. That's very I don't know if anyone's watched 30 Rock, but there's this amazing episode where Liz Lemon basically is like, oh, I was always like sort of bullied when I was at high school, and it was so unfortunate, blah blah blah. And then she goes back to her high school reunion and discovers that in fact people were, I guess, off with her, but only because she was an incredible bully herself,
So rude.
assuming that she was
Yeah.
going to be bullied. So she was like very spiky with people. And it's that thing of like, you can very easily adopt, I think, especially when you're a kid, a persona and kind of be like, yeah, I'm this,
Yeah.
not realizing that like you're just projecting onto other people what they think of you.
You know what? I think I've got a canon reason in my head why we are the weird ones. It's because Theo was running Eddie and Will through a role-playing game of our own imagination. We were the theatre kids.
You were the theatre kid.
Practicing your little
right.
show.
Yeah. And everyone's like,
Yeah.
well, how weird. And
We
we're
were
like,
doing Urchins the musical.
yeah,
I love that.
there you go.
It's that opening number that we did when Shamini had technical difficulties. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I was like,
no
you
one
were
knows.
really weird.
You're
Yeah.
really weird.
It's just people walking past a doorway and then doubling back and then just kind of seeing us going like 5, 6,
6,
7,
7,
8.
8.
And, like,
On the beat. On the beat.
like,
Everyone's on the cane.
yeah, you were all really weird, and like no one knew what to say to you. You wouldn't sing, you wouldn't talk to anyone unless they sang to you. And they
Yeah,
couldn't
I
harmonise. You
like,
kicked people.
I'm like,
it
yeah,
wasn't very nice.
Make a charm roll. A 5. Can't talk to you. That's it. That's it.
One of my other favourite things, I might have said this before, was like, because obviously I had like this vague plan at the beginning of things that could happen. One of the things was going to be like, oh, maybe they use their powers in episode 1 because you're superpowered orphans. I presume you'll use your powers, and maybe there'll be this whole thing where people start noticing and there start being all this chat about like, oh, I heard there are like magic witch kids who can curse you or something, and like it would become a whole like, oh no, people are like after us. What if they find out? Like something along those lines. Which nowhere near enough time for in 6 episodes. That can't happen. Nope. But it was the kind of thing about the sort of thing I liked about it is, what can I have happen as a direct consequence of what you're doing? So I was going to try and set up something really public where you had to use your powers to like save someone from a burning building or something, so that it would be like to force you into like revealing, so that I could have consequences. But the consequences thing is like super fun. Again, you can't like plan for it, but being able to be like, Theo's really annoyed Sally. Sally hates Theo's guts. How can I like use this later? Or like arbitrarily like, oh, it's probably Freddie what stole it. and being like, "All right, okay, I've got to like try and bring as much back." I'm sure I like, missed loads of things I could have done.
I
But...
guess I guess an alternative way you could have done it is that there's that burning building. We three see it, but then we see those other urchins who, let's face it, have more useful superpowers than someone who can twist metal, someone who can see a memory, and someone who can control birds. I don't see them as the new Fantastic
Metal
Four.
ones,
You know, like we have Violet with water. You know, we have whoever it was with the earthquake. You know, like I feel like those are like the cool A-listers, and we are unfortunately the C-listers,
You
the
had
weird
such
kids.
Good. I loved your picking of powers, either powers or what's the word? Costs to your powers that were so like narratively driving. Things about memories and emotions and communication that would like drive plot forward, which was like really, really beautiful and like paid off really, really beautifully. I didn't know that, you know, Theo's memories were going to be such a sort of focus of an arc. And like Folarin's powers being then used by like Eddie and Pansy, Will's powers.
And actually, that was one of the reasons why in that first episode, because you talked about the fire of the cigar, and you talked about there being anger associated with it. That was one of the reasons as well why I broke in, because the idea was that like feeling that anger, Will was like, yeah, actually, fuck it, fuck this guy, I'm gonna break in.
I love that.
So it really did. I think playing around with that. Yeah.
And it was
Doing my
really
job.
weird. Apart from then, I was like, oh, we're just going to keep breaking into this house because this is where the plot is.
Plot house.
I love you took them to the most important house and didn't expect them to go in.
I didn't think it would go.
It's like everything in our backstory and our like things that are happening to us are pointing us in the direction of this house.
It's not a coincidence, right?
Like there's no other locations. There's no other like named highlighted location other than this house.
So
no, wait, hold on. Let's count the locations.
Okay.
I made a
Jambi's
map.
house.
300 Holloway Road.
Yeah.
300 Holloway Road.
Which we never went to. We went to 3 Holloway Road. Maybe the plot was at 300 Holloway Road and you guys just made fun of me. Because
I send someone a map. Will you share it on screen? Because I have a really nice map.
Send it to me. I will do my best.
Yeah, I just got. Yeah, it just never happened. I do have a really nice
Send
map.
it to me, and I will do my
I'll
best.
There's our house, Tanner's basement, Jambi's mansion,
the
library,
Madam M's house, the library, the church.
I didn't put the church on.
And the Edelwick house.
Yes, Edelwick house. The second house we broke into.
Just look at the houses.
Yes.
It's just really important.
And the sewage pump in the sewers.
That's too far.
Oh, sure.
Too far out. I'm not putting that on my map. It's miles away. But this map is based on a Edward Booth's poverty maps. So he mapped out London at least, and there were different colours for like the poverty levels in different like individual streets. So you can
Tanner's
see, like,
basement is so far away.
I know.
Yeah, I know. Well, you said it was on Fleet Street.
I said it was on the Strand. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
I'll get it in a second. Sorry, I'm still saving it to places.
But you can
Whilst
see. Yeah.
Oh, no, after you.
No, you carry on.
I was just going to say, whilst you're looking for things, because you mentioned the sort of power of like sort of reputations and stuff, and I was just going to give a shout out to, it's a thing that I do in my game sometimes, stealing from the good society and throwing rumors at the top of a game, and like taking things that have happened last game and making them rumors at the top of the next game, or allowing people to like, because again, this is a bastardization of their rules, but allowing players to kind of like throw a rumor into the mix and see how that kind of interjects and sort of interacts with things is always fun.
All right, the map is now on the stream for people to see.
Wow.
And yeah, the Tanners is so far away.
I've just seen a thing on this map that has reminded me of a fun London fact that I can tell if you like.
Yes.
So Tanner's basement is near the temple.
Mm.
Now, Middle Temple these are associates of like lawyers and barristers, and friend of this show and me in personally, Liz Campbell is a member of the Middle Temple because she's a lawyer. They have an association which she was a part of for a time called and I can't remember the name. There's a specific group, and I will remember it at some point. Revels, yeah, maybe that's it.
Heard
Can't
of
remember
that.
off
The
the
name
top
of
of my
the
head.
sweets.
Yes, similar to the name of the sweets. And this society of like theater lawyers has spanned back like the entire history of the Middle Temple. They do like Christmas plays and things and sketches, and nowadays you can just, they do a Christmas show, you turn up, you drink some wine, you laugh about legal jokes that are put on by lawyers, which you can imagine what it's like, but it's wonderful. But one of the original shows they put on was the original of A Midsummer Night's Dream, like with Shakespeare. So it's like the intersects with history. It's just fantastic. These strange
That's amazing.
things. Also, it falls under its own jurisdiction. It is not a jurisdiction of like the London stuff. It's like its own thing because lawyers or whatever. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's wild. This
I
is
need
like
to remember that.
1,000-year history, with laws and rules dating back to like when there was an entirely different organization of society. It's wild.
Oh, very
Anyways,
cool.
there's the fun London fact for you.
I love it.
London fact. Nice.
London fact.
Very cool.
That's my song to go.
And just to say, because Shama's put it in the chat as well, so on the map itself, you see there's like blues, yellows, and reds. So the yellows are richer places, reds are middle class, and the blues are the poorest, according to Shamini Bundell. So there you go.
Oh wow.
So, but like the level of detail
I was
on
going
this
to say.
is immense. Yeah, I should have. There's so many nice old maps of London that I did not end up using.
I didn't
And
realize how close we were to Jambi's house. I thought Jambi's house was ages away. So nope. I was like, oh well.
Yeah.
it's
go.
wildly close.
Oh, I was like, I'm going away now. And then just 2 streets over. I'm home now.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
It's all very near to each other. And then
Which, in fairness, we have small legs. It makes sense.
Yeah, I'm tired.
the rookery, which was actually demolished quite early on in the 1800s. I was gonna make a whole big thing, but I didn't really think through how or why, so I didn't actually make it significant to the plot. I was like, and then they'll definitely go there, and then I was like, they need to. They can just break into some rich people's houses and more. That'll cover that.
Cover it all.
So that became irrelevant.
Not at all. Not at all.
You do love breaking into rich people's houses.
Yeah.
Major plot point, I
That's
think.
really interesting.
Yeah.
For legal purposes, I'm talking only about my character.
Okay. Folarin
Yeah, of
definitely
course.
doesn't break into other people's houses.
I've never done it, never will.
Wink.
I'm reading through my notes, and after our initial session 0, I had a chat with my partner, he of the sewers book, and one of the ideas.
That's what she calls him every day. Yeah,
Sewers man.
He of the sewers.
He of the sewers book.
Sewers man.
One of the ideas that came out of that, which I really liked, was we at the beginning of in the session 0s, we're talking about themes about power, and who has power and who doesn't have power, which obviously ties into the sort of like crime and wealth and revolution. But I really liked the idea that the whole purpose of this Jambi gentleman scientist, I'm going to give children superpowers, was a thing about giving powers to the powerless, about taking the most powerless in society, like a poor orphan with no parents, not a penny to their name, and being like, you get some power.
Very Pygmalion.
Poetic,
Very, My Fair
Very
Lady. that sense.
biblical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question then to you, Shamini, because I again, you might not have like said it out loud. So how did we get our powers? It was from the gem, right? But what happened? Is it just like, oh, mysterious? You were just put next
Was
to
he
the gem?
grinding it into the food?
I think
The Magicorium!
Yes.
I think
The
my headcanon that never came out was that the gem is radioactive, and that box that it's kept in is
Lead.
It's got lead in it.
Oh, love that.
and that
Love
So
that.
we're all.
Wait,
So what you're saying
I
is
have a quick
we
question.
are just Spider-Man.
Boy, yeah, we're just yeah.
So, am I dying?
mutant.
Because I cough and splutter a lot.
It's not great, is it? It can't be great, but like, yeah, your mutants,
I've
your
got
radiation
radiation poisoning.
Yeah,
Well, but also it
great,
could be like
Sean.
magic radiation.
sorry.
You know?
Yeah, magic,
maybe it's
exactly.
different.
It's magic radiation.
Magic radiation. But then you said something to me about how people's powers potentially first started forming, like when Pansy like was around them. Was that your
Mm.
headcanon as well? Or was
My headcanon was that like you get exposed as a child, but they don't immediately manifest, and then as you get older, they start to appear. And a lot of those first appearances is because Pansy comes along, and suddenly your powers are like 5 times stronger than whatever they were. So
Sure.
you
Yeah.
would notice a lot earlier. That's probably the first time you notice when it's suddenly like, oh.
Yeah. I think for ages Pansy thought she was like the loser who didn't have any powers. And yeah. And then was like,
And it turns out you were the most powerful.
the
Powerful.
most
It's Umbrella Academy again.
Well, because you
Yeah.
you could
Is
take
Umbrella
our
Academy.
powers away.
yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
which I think we
Harmony desperately wanted me to take your powers.
I'm
Fine.
Fiona just
Yeah.
came and turned that entire last episode upside down.
Sorry.
Completely
No,
all
no,
of the
fully.
things that we all thought was going to happen. Fiona's like, I don't think so.
Oh, that's, I got the brief that we are cheeky, chappy, comedic, and then there was like serious drama, emotions, and then everyone has an argument. I was like, oh shit, this is my fault. Well, I'll have to do something. And so that's it. Actually, I do want to give absolute props to Emily though, because I was thinking to myself, I don't know what power I'll do anything. But we had our session 0 very close to Blades in the Dark, and of course, what's one thing that Emily's character did in Blades in the Dark? She had pigeons. You used pigeons for your thing,
Oh yeah.
and I was like,
Mm.
why don't?
Pigeons.
So yeah, so absolutely, yeah. So I meant to say that earlier, but yeah, absolutely inspired. 'Cause I was thinking like it has to be a pet or something like that. I was like rats, and I was like, no, pigeons. That makes more sense. 'Cause then I was like, otherwise we're just stuck in the sewers. No one wants to be in the sewers. So yeah,
Yeah.
because I never told you, Emily. I was like, yeah, it was from literally
I
you
didn't know.
mentioning pigeons in Blades of the
Oh,
Dark.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. We
Sorry, you
love
never got to
pigeons.
chat to any rats in the sewers.
I think that's fine. I think I was like, maybe I could.
You're
and
allowed
Shami's
to
like,
not.
no.
Yeah.
Don't have time for a rat subplot. I can't justify why the rats are also telepathic.
Well, if we do a sequel, maybe we discover that actually your power is just general telepathy. Maybe you can speak to
I was
all
I
of
was
them.
100% thinking. I was
that what-
considering going in that direction.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I thought we were just gonna go like the pests of London. So you got rats,
The vermin, yeah.
vermin.
Well, very
yeah.
early on, we started. I really like that we started the session 0s with like, here's my little base level power, and it could have gone anywhere, right? You could have
Yeah.
gone like, I can talk to animals way. You could have gone, I can like actually, I'm just reading things as thoughts way.
Yeah.
I feel like with all of you, it was nice that there were different branches to go, both with the escalation of your powers and the escalation of the costs. And I like that it was loosey-goosey enough that we didn't mechanically say what those had to be in advance, so we could find them to fit the story.
Yeah,
And that was a really nice. I'm really pleased with the sort of adaptation we did of the Kids on Bikes rules, where we were like, let's take this loosey-goosey bit and expand that. And
100%.
so
So Emily, so did you always have this idea that you would be someone that didn't have like a traditional power? Like what? Yeah, because obviously
No.
we just like I'll see what
it was
fits the
such a
story.
good idea.
No, me and Shamini came in. When did we have our first session 0? It was definitely after your session 0.
Yeah.
And we knew I was coming in late.
Yeah. Super initial, yeah.
We had a super initial one before I went away for work.
And I was like, there's this guy, and he's making superpower orphans, and he wants to revolutionize the world.
And yeah, I think I knew I was going to have to come in and have some way of like being a plot point for you and have some kind of like potential use for you. And there wasn't sort of an obvious one with like your 3 powers of like, and then I'll be the missing power. Like, because it was like, well,
fire,
I'm not quite
the
sure.
Earth and
Yeah.
air. No.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It was pigeons, metal, and memories. And I was
memories.
like, I'm not quite sure what's missing in that diagram. So, and then I was like, I can't remember what I remember very clearly at one point just being like, oh, what if I like could boost other people's powers and make them more strong? I think I was partially because I was thinking like, I love Rogue, like she's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And
She's good.
she's obviously a bit different, but then I was like, I don't necessarily need the powers myself. Like, I don't need to take them. Like, what if I can just help everyone else?
Yeah.
And then she's got this really like power that can like, and I think, and it was also inspired by the fact that they had these like costs, and I was like, what if I can take away everyone else's costs,
That's so
and so
brutal.
you don't have to go through it. Like she's there to like take on that pain, which is horrible.
Yeah, the fact that your character Pansy is like the number one in charge, and all the other kids kind of defer to her, but actually like Jambi, like as we discovered, like was just using you. Oh yes, you're so important.
You're in the important one, yeah.
But I was like, oh, brutal. But yeah, there's conversations at the end. I was like, gosh, that's so brutal.
He needed me on side because if I chose to just get rid of everyone's powers,
you could do, yeah.
I could have done it. Like, which is interesting.
It's the real tragedy of like that. I think you played the character so well because she was so fun and interesting and precocious that you sometimes forget that she is literally maybe not even 10, because maybe she's even younger than
she was 10, but
she was 10.
yeah.
And I think there's a real tragedy in like whenever you encounter like a really precocious child who is so kind of in charge and so sort of sophisticated, where you're like, oh, what have you experienced that you have to be so. Like,
the thing that changed, because I always have this, whenever I come up with a character in my head and then I start playing them and they're totally different, was she was going to be way more soldier when I came up with her. Like, she was going to come in and be like, attention, like fucking like military, like, I need you soldiers to do this, go. And I think I kind of morphed it when we were talking like quite close to when we were about to go, she was about to come in, and I was like, oh, they need to like me, because if they don't, like, they're not gonna, because they've been to that house, they were nearly kidnapped again, so they now don't like that house. I come from there, I can't come in and be like, hey, like, we've got a mission, let's go, follow me. Like, it wasn't gonna work because you would have just been like, fuck off.
Which was not it wasn't my original plan to make you not like that house. What had happened was, at the top of episode 3, I knew you were going to the house, and I knew that I wanted Jambi and Pansy to be in the house, because if they're somewhere else it's kind of a cop out, and like we need to get to meeting them. So I was like, they're going to the house, but I can't, and I'm happy for them to find stuff, but like they can't find Mr. Jambi or Pansy, because like that has to happen next episode. So I sent a, frantic voice note to Aaron Hammonds, my GM guru, and I was like, Aaron, he's there, they're there, they want to find him, I don't want him to find them.
I very clearly signaled with my eyes as to where he is in the building.
I strongly suggested that he is there. What if they go, and I had all of these plans about, the butler's going to intercept you, or there's going to be like, you're going to have to escape from a basement. I had like so many backup plans that didn't work, but Aaron's advice, and I was like, what do I do to make sure that they don't talk to him? And he was like, well, what you do is you have them overhear a conversation between Mr. Don't Talk to Me and the chief orphan snatcher.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and he's like, yes, and then you can, later on it can turn out to have been a misunderstanding. But he's like, oh, hello, Chief Orphan Snatcher, and then they'll be like, oh no, it's the Chief Orphan Snatcher. Oh no, we have to run away, and then they'll run away. And
which is exactly what happened.
Yeah,
it's so good, because I was like, yes, this is a good way of making them do what I want. And you were all like so freaked out by
because it's the Chief Orphan Snatcher,
and they're orphans who don't want to be snatched.
And our whole thing was, we don't want to be snatched.
Yeah, I
that's
see
our
that
whole inciting incident for being.
Yeah. So it was good, apart from the fact that then I was, it was going to be like, oh no, he just wanted you to find you for like really sensible reasons, like using your powers to take over the world.
He's the good guy.
He
talking to the chief
was like, this is a bad dude.
I was going to say, did you, in your conception, was Jambi less of a bad guy at some point?
No,
yeah, okay,
Charming.
right, yeah.
No, he wasn't, because when we had a conversation, you were like,
all the reasons why you thought he was a bad guy are not the reasons I thought he was a bad guy. You thought he was a bad guy. I'm like, no, that's really reasonable. He's like looking after children in an orphanage and paying for them to
But he gave them superpowers without their consent.
Yeah, that was pretty. Yeah, you didn't know that at that point. You didn't know that.
No, but I know it
He's
now.
employing this nasty woman who feeds us gruel.
Yeah.
Look, you were the ones who started joking about Gruel. Like, I never said.
No.
In fact, we never even said at the beginning the orphanage was like a terrible place.
Yeah, but you
like,
have to
where-
assume
No,
the orphanage
no,
was
we
a terrible
did.
place.
We are in a
By default,
Victorian
we are.
children.
Urchins.
Bloody
And also,
hell.
the only reason I don't think we even said it, Shami, but it came out because I was like, the only reason Pansy loves Jambi so much is because he got her away from the orphanage.
Yeah.
I said to John, back
No,
to the
we weren't
orphanage.
at all.
Oh, hang on a second.
I could have
If
been
the orphanage
more
was
alive
nice, then
for
why
it.
did we run away?
Yeah.
Yeah, why would we
Somewhere
leave?
else. You wanted freedom. You wanted-
Why would we want to be somewhere else?
children,
Why would we want
it's
that?
so annoying.
so
And
funny.
Eddie goes, guys, I actually like the Gruel. I think we should stay here a couple of weeks and just see how it goes. Yeah.
Bad life choices, okay? You're idiots. Like,
Oh,
a perfectly acceptable orphanage by the standard of Victorian
no,
orphanages.
someone put that in a book.
There are no.
Why did you want to run away from the orphanage, Shamini Bundell? Because you wanted to be somewhere else.
You wanted freedom.
That is phenomenal.
That's true. When I don't want to be somewhere, I often go somewhere else.
You know what? That is true. That I do
That's
do that.
true.
Or because you wanted to go find Theo's sister, which was not
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
came up
true.
later. I-
Yes.
Another one.
Well,
of
but
those
then
things
also
not-
that was kind of a slight retcon, because my understanding was that he had a sister and we were hoping to find her, but leaving specifically to go and find her was
The
later addition.
incident. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the incident
Said.
where we did it. Yeah.
and then it was canon.
I didn't know about
And
any
then-
of
and then-
it, so
Yeah.
I
Well,
didn't know about that bit.
Well, no. So Shamini messaged me, I think about 15 minutes before. By the way, Theo has a sister, and he's not responded to her. Okay, bye. And I was like, cool.
Wait.
Yeah.
You only got that 15 minutes, because I got that like a couple of days before.
Oh no, I got it like I think about 15 minutes before. So, but then it didn't come up until Pansy arrived, and I was like, okay, great. I don't have to. I'm not going to worry about it. Like, I won't bring it up because it seems
Oh.
awkward to bring it up.
And actually, that's a really good point, because I remember, because I got it a couple of days before, and she was just like, "Oh, Theo has a sister, blah blah blah," and I just completely assumed, Emily is the sister. And so when she came in and her name was like Pansy, I was like, "Wait, what?
That wasn't the name I got. Yeah, absolutely.
What's happening?"
That was good. That was good. But I
I
another
just knew I
star.
was going to name drop her at one point. That was all I had. I was just going to be like,
Yeah.
I'll say Beth at one point and see how the other two react.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was great. I enjoyed that.
Oh, that was also good, because it was also not the name that I originally
I
had.
may have given.
Yeah.
Harmony.
Yeah, no, I was going like, that's not Polly. But it's fine.
Literally, yeah.
You didn't give me Polly?
I didn't. I forgot. I got confused.
It doesn't matter because I knew
I
who you were
didn't know.
talking about though.
This
I,
is the thing. 'cause
Yeah.
I remember there was a
No,
moment, because sorry, the moment that you said it, I just so distinctly remember you being like, Beth, and me being like, you've said that with such weight and importance
Must be.
that it
Yeah.
must be the sister.
Yeah.
But
But
that's not the name that I had. So I just
No,
had a
I'm so
brief
sorry.
moment of going, wait, what? And then I went, okay, we're
Lock
just going to
in.
roll with this.
Beth is the name
yes,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and yes.
No, it was good because I also was like, yeah, Beth, obviously. And then I looked back afterwards and go, that's not Polly. Never mind. But it didn't matter.
Polly?
Yeah, I was like,
Polly is closer to Pansy. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I wondered if you might have
be
changed it
fair.
as a
Yeah.
result.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I liked it.
No,
And I was
no.
gonna, my star was for both Folarin and Emily because this is the first time you guys have played together in an actual play, and I just really loved the dynamic you had of Pansy and Will, like so having some very adult conversations about whose side are we on and like what are we fighting for, even
Yeah.
though you're on the same side. And I thought that was just really beautiful to watch and playful. It was really cool to watch because I wasn't expecting it.
One thing I was doing in those scenes was I was reading from Shamini's notes because I wanted Pansy to sound like she was just parroting Jambi. And so when
Oh.
Shamini gave me, I literally was just reading, and because
Which
I
is
was like,
why,
because then it will
yeah.
sound like Jambi's words. Because
Which is why
it's-
when Jambi did a monologue in the carriage, I made sure to do the same section that.
Oh
Pansy was
shoot!
reading
Did
from.
not clock that. That's
because
so
Pansy
good.
isn't having her own thoughts; she's just been fed this information, and it lives in her brain. And that's
It
what
looks
she's
so
saying.
organic. That was
That's
really
great.
Ah,
cool.
that's all
Really
right,
good.
guys.
Really good.
They were good notes. Shamini
love
sent very good
Comrade.
notes.
Yeah,
Comrade.
the comrade stuff was great. Love
Yeah.
that.
I love
Great
it. I enjoyed
callback.
Shout out to Nick Monroe Turner, who during episode 1, when Will was busy breaking into a house, wrote "The Lord of the Manors, the final boss." I'm like,
Little
Maybe.
did you know.
Shut up, Nick.
Stop
Shut
looking at the
up.
plot cast and chat. Oh,
Get away from my plot. It's for me, not you.
Yes,
Leave my plot alone. I don't care if. Hey, stop it. Put that down.
You crazy kids, get off my plot.
Get off my plot.
Well, I do think I in the episode described it as I think we've just done what Emily Bates did in Masks 2044, where she just nopes, like she glitches into the final encounter,
to do that. Yeah.
like halfway through the series.
It wasn't halfway through the series.
cool, I
It was
guess-
near the end. It was near the end. Wasn't it?
No, I think it was in like it was like the end of episode 2.
but I think
Yeah. And then we had 2 episodes in the fight. Oh no, I did go down, and then was like, well, this is bad. I shall leave and tell the others. Goodbye.
Excellent.
I think that's what
yeah.
we did in
Yes,
this series every
yeah,
time we broke
yeah.
into the house.
yeah.
I think, but then is it just a testament again? We don't have to have really complex plot, just really simple things, and then you just leave the rest of the players to find out. And if there's an issue, that we can just go, hey, just for FYI, there's nothing to do with the guns. We're not arming the library, FYI. And that was great. As in, like, we just need to sense check this and like check in, because obviously we're all there going like, yeah, guns in the library, let's go. And you were like, no,
Yeah, love it.
Stop,
arm
stop.
the library.
because again,
I
we were just going
genuinely
like,
thought that.
I know. But I liked how
Me too.
all of it was just as simple as it can do. And then, yeah, just because, again, this is a really good cast, just be like, let's just check in. Is this okay? Where are we? And just play with that. So I think it totally makes sense. Like, yes, of course the final boss is this one person we met at the beginning.
It
or
does
in-
make sense now.
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah.
this series, because I've got a 6-part series for us coming up. Spoilers.
Ooh.
We'll talk more about it later. But it has made me go, oh, I maybe have too big a plot in my brain, and
It's
I was
hard,
like,
isn't it?
and so I've
Yeah.
like I've already scrunched my plot like way down. There's all this cool stuff. I was like, get out. We don't need you
No
anymore.
time.
Beginning, middle,
but
end.
then they're gonna get through it all in one
I'm
episode.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you mean.
no,
Well, no,
wait.
but It is the rule though. I think the rule to any kind of series is like doing that thing of like the first time you GM anything, and you're like, this is the one shot and it's going to be great, and then it evolves into like a 6-parter,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
the trick is that your players will always throw chaos at you,
Yeah.
so always keep it simple, and then stuff will happen.
Yeah. Trust your players.
So it does make sense to just
Trust
be
your
like, I'm going to
players.
keep this as tight as possible.
It's hard because you want to make sure that there's, because you're worried as a GM. Like I had it with Blaze. It's like, is everyone having a good time? Is what are people doing? And again, it is that mix and match, and it can depend on the system. It can depend on the story. But like, I think what's been really nice about this is that we've all had really strong. All of us had strong characters, and we had a really good session zeros for all of us, and that it was just really easy to pick up on stuff. So like, Tanner not being the landlord, of course that was going to happen. Pansy having this moment of like, wait, is all these things? Of course that was going to happen. But it was just, it's always like, again, the if this then what, and I just think it just beautifully worked together as a result. And just, I also think the superpower stuff as well. I think I said it before. Like for me, it is all about like, all those consequences. They're just teenager puberty stuff, right? It's like, I'm really cross. I'm gonna faint because my body is not regulating itself. And I just thought that was just a cool way of like seeing that through that metaphor. Whether or not we intended it or not, I was just like, I've always said like Eddie is a small kid with just big emotions, and that's why she just goes pigeons and just can't regulate it. And it's like, how do you treat that person in a world where they don't have the support network? It could get really bad. Like any one of us, I feel like, could have had a really like, and now this is the evil arc. It might have had various levels of success, but I think it would have been really interesting to see where we would have gone with that.
I think we should also shout out the great Session 0 system/questions that Kids on Bikes has,
100%.
because I think
100%.
we've gone through it. I know with you and Emily, Shamini and Emily, we did it in like
Deep
way
Roots,
back when
yeah.
we did Deep Roots or Dead Roots. What was that?
Dead Roots, Deep Roots. I'll have a look.
Dead roots.
Something,
They were dead.
I'll look it up.
something like that, because it was ghosts. But
Dead Roots,
anyways,
Dead
we
Roots.
went through that. We came to that with like vague ideas of characters. We left that Session 0 with really tightly knit like friendship group that made sense. And I think I've repeatedly had that experience anytime I've used that system of like, you go in and use that, you suddenly start, especially with a group of people who are like this one, with the great at like building off each other's stuff and like taking things to the next level. You can really come out of that session 0 with a really rich lore and backstory for the characters that feels shared, that it has a shared ownership. Like I know we went really deep on the like that winter that Eddie got sick and you know that was such a big thing for us and informed a lot of stuff that then I don't even think we said this on the stream, that like after I did the big like power thing with Tanner, I was like, I'm gonna forget that Eddie got sick, because that was a big thing for us, big thing that brought us together, and that for me informed like, okay, I'm gonna disconnect from these two characters and I'm gonna be a more selfish version of Theo because like these are just two kids I'm hanging out with. It's not like they're my family.
There wasn't any events that cemented that. And I think, and then just to go back to that, is obviously because we didn't have that with Emily's character. So easily it could have been like us versus them. And so again, that props of Emily going like, well, I'm just going to be super nice and disarming. And I'm just going like, what the fuck do we do with this? And it was great. I just thought that was really cool. Like because if you had this idea of, well, I'm going to swerve because obviously I need them to like me.
Which if I hadn't had to do the orphan catcher general stuff, wouldn't have
been fine.
Pushed you into having, because I had to make him more of a bad guy in order to make you run away, in order to have something else in that episode. And so it kind of pushed it in the direction we.
I still think it would have been difficult from my side.
I think it
would have been really hard to come in, having followed you from the house.
Yeah.
I think it would have been tricky without Pansy lying to you.
Yeah.
Which, because I think if you hadn't seen any, you weren't worried. I think still like following you and then being like, hey, do you want to?
I just thought,
I don't know.
Don't worry, Will will be in Revolution. Will will be like, yeah, don't worry, I'll come and revolute with you. Like I really was like,
Will was always the thought of my in, like, which was why it was so interesting that Will was the last one to shake my hand.
Because
he was the one I was going for. Like, also my favorite bit of the whole thing was. It's one of my favorite things I've ever done, because I thought I was telegraphing so hard that I needed someone to help me down from a window to get into your thing, and then you were all like, well, it's shut, so you have to come in through the hole, and I was like, oh, in my head my feet were like dangling in the room, and she was too short to like jump down from the window, and I was like, why is no one coming over to help her? I was like, why are you three being weird? And then I was like, oh, because I'm nowhere near close to coming in. I understand.
But that was good.
It would be a lot easier to touch Pansy.
But again, that was good because again, I know like maybe it's like the secret lead, all that stuff. But I like the shake your hand, because instantly I was like, absolutely not, because I knew what was sort of coming. But I like that, because that telephone was to say, oh well, one of us has to do it. That's the thing, because it just felt like really good. Like obviously this is the player wants you to do this, and we're like, cool, we're not going to do it. But it was just like a really fun, and then I thought a really cool reveal scene. When Theo did it. Yeah, it was great.
Like, would you like to shake my hand as the first question? What?
Absolutely not.
But I love that I got to go first with it, because I feel like that immediately for me was like, oh, I know you are now valuable to me. You can give me power. And that is the one thing that this character deep down really wants.
I was going to give you
power, and he wants to be respected.
I was going to give you so many temptations. I was going to bring Theo an army of teenagers.
You brought me an army of teens that if only Eddie hadn't made me nice again.
How priceless.
No, it was great. I loved it.
Like I really wanted you to be like, that gem is like the most valuable thing ever. I want it.
But then
another thing,
made me nice again. That was great.
And then it was like, oh well, I guess I'll just be a good guy.
Wholesome.
But I love that. That was so good.
It was so lovely. And I think even that, and the way you were tempting Theo and the way you built up John, because although he was the bad guy, the thing that I really enjoyed, Shamini, about the way you constructed everything was how much there was actually a fair amount of nuance, because it wasn't ever that he was like, I'm evil and ha 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 ha, pigeon twirling. It was always like, no. Yeah, he should take down the houses of, well, not Parliament, the Lords, but like he absolutely, like this is a period of time where literally not even all men could vote, let alone women and people of color and blah, blah. So like he is completely right to use violence to take down the lords and like force something else to happen. The issue is more, I mean, and again, I think from the way we looked at him was like, you're still thinking so small that actually you're working to kind of, you know, I don't know, enfranchise people who look like you but no one else.
Yeah,
and
he
that's
only
why
wanted
you're bad.
him to have power.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But but I love that it's like he wasn't evil. So it's such that even when you did the thing with the guns and we all assumed that he was arming the library,
that was fine.
from Will's perspective, I was like, yeah, good,
Yeah.
great.
No, that
We
would
should
have
have
been
guns. Like that's because we
That's
need
correct.
to
Yeah, guns,
yeah, exactly. We need to use violence to like get this. So it was like
And-
even all of those kind of I think nuances and grey areas I think were just great.
That was loosely based on partly a plotline from Victoria, the ITV series, and partly the Cato Street Conspiracy, which was an early Victorian conspiracy to murder the Prime Minister and loads of his ministers, of his cabinet. And they were going to be having dinner at this house, and they gathered at this other place nearby, and they were like, we got some guns, we're going to go and we're just going to go murder them all, it's going to be great. And there was a letter in the Times about the dinner. The second in command was informant, and quite a few people were a bit like, I doubt this guy, but the boss of it was like, no, he's the best, he has the greatest ideas. He was like, yeah guys, come on, let's go kill all the people. And then there was even some doubt because I read that like someone was like, oh, it's just that my friend like works in that house, and like they said that there isn't a dinner happening there today, and they're like, no, there definitely is, let's go.
Wow.
And the Boat Street runners waited and basically like pounced on them, and one of the Bow Street runners got murdered with a sword by an angry revolutionary.
Brought a sword to a gunfight. Is that
No
what you're
one got shot, but someone did get
stabbed.
stabbed with a sword.
Oh my
No.
god.
Sword.
Yeah, and they all got sent to Australia.
Damn.
Why? Okay, can someone do this for me? What actually happened when you got to Australia? Did you were you just dumped in the outback?
That's a
What is
great
the-
question.
Is
Yeah.
it sad enough
Camp.
that just being there is enough?
Yeah,
'Cause I just
no,
always-
they were working,
I
weren't
thought
they?
it was work camps. Yeah, like
Yeah,
like
it was-
service camps,
Like, how
right?
did that work? Like, what was was it like you literally came off the dock and they were like, right, here's your uniform?
Here's a
and, like-
pickaxe, off you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like,
think so.
how did that work?
I don't know.
Good question.
It's a good question.
Nope.
Well,
It's like
Cat?
in Sweeney Todd, you came back from Australia, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
That's the whole thing.
was that a thing? Is that a thing? Did people do that really?
come back from Australia.
People came back, yeah.
Oh, okay.
some
Yeah, because your sentence is limited time.
Yeah,
And often it got commuted.
Oh,
some people
right.
didn't, but
Okay.
yeah.
A lot of people, yeah. A lot of people, initially, some of them were sentenced to be hung, drawn, and quartered, and then it seemed to often just get commuted to, oh, yeah, go to Australia. No.
whack them in
Go to
Australia.
Can I tell you two random things from
Absolutely, please.
that could have happened? So there's obviously like loads of things that like I was like, maybe that'll happen. One of them was I set this up from really early on, and like it could have been good, but it wasn't worth forcing, which is I really thought when you were in the attic before going to find Eddie, where like Eddie was in the sewers and you were like, where's she gone? Oh no, all of Theo's stuff is here, exposed in the attic. Here it all is. We're all here. It's all there. I thought someone would take the fake gemstone to the finale and then have a whole which one's the real one. Like, I
that
got
would
it.
have been
Yeah.
fun.
No, they,
I didn't
like,
think about that.
It was
Yeah.
all like I was like, there are two. They look the same. It's the MacGuffin.
You were like the moonlight on the gems,
Yeah.
sparkling.
And I was almost gonna be final battle. I was almost gonna be like, Theo, you feel something hard in your pocket and you don't remember how it got there, but you reach in and you pull out.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's fine. Also,
Ah.
Theo didn't leave the room last pansy.
Wait, because I'm actually trying to remember how that went down. Because I remember I looked at it and wait, did I look at it? I remember Pansy picked it up.
Pansy
and was
picked it up
like,
and
"Oh,
then she put it down again.
I put it
And
down,
then
yeah.
you were left, and
It's not
Pansy
the
left
thing.
last.
Useless.
And then I don't remember if Will even like really acknowledged it.
No.
Because I thought what was going to happen was that Will would do like a memory thing on the gem and would have seen me
Yeah.
pick through the stuff.
So did I.
Yeah, and then
I tried to do that, but then
no,
oh
you did
no,
it
I
on
went
blanket
to
Yeah.
you went to my bed sheets and stuff, and I was like, I guess.
100% plan.
That was sorry, because that was I remember that moment so clearly where I was like, how do I do this
Yeah.
in a way that feels true to Will's knowledge and not my knowledge?
Yeah.
And for some reason I was like, grabbing this gem felt too like, why would he go for that rather than going to which
I
don't know.
No, it is what it is. Yeah.
And
No,
you
but
would have seen her not in the sewers, but in the pumping station because that's where I wanted you all to end up. But it was better that Pansy was like, "Come and see Jambi, and he will tell you where." And then use Violet's powers. That was better.
I like that.
Like, I needed a
beat all the
plan.
people.
I like that. I was like, oh yeah, Jambi will know. And then Jambi was so fucking useless that I was like, okay, you're embarrassing
Emily
me
in
in front of my
real
new
time.
friends.
Yeah. You see Emily in real time going like, oh no, like
I genuinely felt like I
Oh,
let
he's
Emily down
crap.
big time with that character.
Jambi threw me because I was like, here's this charismatic man that Pansy is just indebted to, and then I was immediately like, I hate him. Pansy's in control now.
Yeah.
And,
Sorry.
Sir, do you
no, I thought it was great. It was really
No,
interesting.
but that's
She was
those great
brainwashed.
character things
Yeah.
where it's like it's a character who kind of has perceived this man who looked after her
Mhm.
as if he is, so wonderful and
important
exalted.
And
And then
useful.
like the moment she
Yeah.
speaks to someone else, right? She like speaks to these three orphans who've kind of done their own thing and it's kind of like, oh, that's great. And then goes back to him and is like, oh, now in context, I see you're an idiot.
You are in fact
Yeah.
useless for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Turns
do
out a
everything.
moron.
yeah. I thought it was really good.
And then my final thing that was this random idea before the last episode, which I had out of nowhere and was a complete irrelevant detour, but I found amusing, was Eddie was in the sewers with the journal wanting to ask someone to read it. And I was like, what if she asks Freddie if he can read?
Why would I do that?
Well, I don't know. I thought, because you said my motivation right now is to find someone to read me this
Yes,
book.
and then you presented me with a male version of myself, and I went, ugh, no. Why would I do that?
Imagine
What
if
an
he could
ick.
read and it was better. Oh no.
No.
Oh.
So I thought, well, I don't think Freddie
You
can
might have
read.
killed that child with a rock.
Yeah, we could have had a dead Freddy. Deady.
Then I had a little side thought, which is maybe Freddie
Yeah.
is a little
no.
bit telepathic
Fuck off, Sean.
because
No.
when he was in his
No.
mother's womb, she
No.
was exposed to the stone because she worked for Mrs. M. And that's why he kept saying, before I was born.
Shut the
They
fuck
couldn't
up.
make-
Wait, no, that's great. That would have made everything.
That
That would have
was
been great.
I would have
You know
not
what?
got it.
No.
I'm the second.
No.
That would have been really
That's
good.
canon.
still
There's
true.
no
It's
reason
still
that
true,
can't
yeah.
be canon.
Yeah,
I think that's
you don't know.
canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He's just a little bit
That's so
telepathic.
He's a
funny.
little telepathic.
That's
Yeah.
funny as
That's
thing.
good.
And if you'd said like, "What's in the book?" I'd have been like, "What do you think is in the journal?" And then I'd have had him
Oh.
say what you thought it was, and then
That-
you would have never have known.
Yeah, no, sadly, I was like, oh no, not this small, icky child.
Yeah,
And I was,
sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
unfortunately, it was an us versus them. And I was like, nope, absolutely not.
Yeah.
That was so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, because
Rather
that was
than-
such a cool thing you kept saying that, yeah, before I was born, I'm just there going like,
That made me laugh more than maybe anything
I
I've
loved it.
heard in the past.
And I was like, maybe if I keep saying they'll ask me about it. No.
no!
It's
It was-
because
it's
you
a weird
framed it
thing.
as such an obvious, like, joke character that we were like, this isn't pertinent to the plot.
I was like,
Everything was pertinent to the plot.
I was going to say, because in fairness, I did think it was a plot thing, but I was like, my character is not there, so I
You
cannot
weren't
ask.
there, you weren't
yeah.
there.
We also couldn't ask, yeah.
No. My
Yeah.
main aim for this whole series was that every single thing turns out to be pertinent to the plot.
Well, it was.
Well
So I
done.
had to like find.
I
a
think
way
you did
up
that.
there. Just
I think
whatever
you did do that.
was
We just weren't
You really
smart
did.
enough at all.
relevant
We
to the
weren't.
plot. I mean, you were, because you kept saying like, "Oh wow, what if he's just making a little army of orphan revolutionaries?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, that is the plot." Yeah,
That is in fact yes,
That is
correct.
it.
What you did.
Well,
kept busting the whole thing.
that
so,
was
yeah.
Urchins, episode 1. Goodbye.
That is my.
That's a good question that I always like to ask GMs, because I think it's people sometimes have different philosophies on this. When your players correctly guess exactly what you're about to do or what the thing is, are you someone who's like, I'm gonna change it, or are you someone who's like, no, let the thing stay the same? And actually,
think-
this to everyone.
As you saw from my insistence that the receipt was not for guns, I cannot change it because the reality is the reality.
I
Little
will
things, sure,
change
but like,
it if it's early enough in the campaign.
yeah.
That's-
Sure.
Like, if they work it out and it's
Yeah.
like valid working it out, but I change my plots as we go anyway. I've
Yeah.
never done a campaign where I haven't like swerved and changed everything as it goes. I've started campaigns and not known the ending and been like, not quite sure who the big villain's gonna be, but they'll find an NPC that they fucking hate soon enough, and or one that they fucking love, and then it'll be them. And,
Yeah.
I'll normally keep it the same unless it's like it would really ruin it and they're like dead set on it's definitely this thing. Because sometimes you can shake them off the scent. Especially if it's long enough where like if they encounter like in fact I'll use an example. I've had in a long game that I've done recently, the players immediately get a letter from like an unknown NPC and then be like, it's this person, and they're 100% correct, but I just go, maybe.
a maybe is the best tool in
Yeah.
a GM's box. Just like
maybe.
and then
maybe.
and then it's like several sessions down the line, they're actually going to meet this person and be revealed, and by that time they've gone off on all these other tangents of like, well, it can't be that, so maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and and by the time they get all the way back around, they'll feel
satisfying.
really clever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I
Yeah.
had, again, to give an example, and Emily and Zach remember this, we did Vampire the Masquerade for a test
yeah.
game.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, and I was just using a pre-generated scenario. Emily was
I don't know
playing-
if that game will ever see the
It
light
probably-
of day.
It won't see the light of day, but that's why I don't mind talking about it. So I used a pre-written scenario, and the players were really invested, really amazing, and they were coming up with all these ideas, and I was just like, these are so much better than the actual ending.
Oh
And then-
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, for the sake of the experiment, I need to stick to the ending. And I was like, everyone was like, oh, and I was like,
it's just that.
and I felt
Oh.
really bad because I let everyone else down because I was like, well, I'm gonna stick to my guns. So I want to go with that whole thing of like, yeah, if the players have a good idea, don't feel like, oh no, they've guessed it, whatever. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
great, that's where they want to go, that's where it should go. But I was like,
Yeah.
I need
Yeah,
the
it's-
science. I need to
And
check
then
that
just
this is
add a
what-
little extra sprinkle on
Yeah.
top,
Yeah,
and
and-
then you're fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
be like
Because-
yes, and also, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it
Yeah,
was
that-
In that context,
it was a definite like, oh, that's it, and I was like, wow, what an end. So
I-
it was, yeah.
What?
yeah,
Can you
Yeah.
just say a word that will remind me of what the end is?
it was the sister.
yes.
Of
Oh,
the
yeah.
person.
Who we
We
know
never
nothing
met.
about. Yeah. And we were like, it's definitely
Yeah.
this weird blood dealer. Like, that's going to be the thing.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
being
That's
nice to
like
me,
when
and
you
that's
watch-
weird.
I will never forget. I was watching this
Yeah.
murder mystery with my dad once, where like, it was going through blah 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 and all these things, and I was kind of like, okay, well, I guess it has to be one of these two characters because those are the only two characters that would
We've
it
met.
would have any like emotional stakes and sort of any drama if we found out it was this person, and then it was revealed to literally be a person that we just hadn't seen before,
Unreal.
and I was like,
Mm.
oh,
Yeah.
well.
It
That's
could be a new
okay.
person, but there have to have been hints at it. Like, you can't just be
Yeah,
like,
sadly, there
Dave
wasn't
down the
any-
road did it.
Yeah. There was no hint.
Okay.
in the scenario. Yeah.
In that context, though, Fiona, it was like we were doing for the audience's benefit. We were doing like a test game for a different show. We were like, is this format going to work? And we were testing out the
Yeah.
scenario. And like, you were so right saying after the fact when we were debriefing of like, how did that go? Do we want to do other stuff? How do we want to change? You were like, I'm absolutely never gonna just, if there's better ideas, I'm always gonna
Yeah.
ride.
I needed to know for science, and but like everyone was like, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, anger incoming for 30 minutes. I'm ready. I'm gonna feel it in the nicest
like,
way.
It was still a fun story. Like, we all
Oh,
really
yes.
enjoyed it, and we knew it was
Yeah.
a pre-written run. So I think
But
we felt
was-
okay to be like.
But
hey,
it was great because
this
everyone
is
had these incredible ideas, and that's the same thing
Yeah.
with to bring it back to Urchins. It's like, again, I feel like Shabby like, oh, these ideas and where are they going and stuff like that. And I hope you felt more confident that we were like, yeah, plot, and we were like, oh
Yeah.
plot,
Yeah.
you know. So
Unexpectedly, because I'm a fool.
We
I
plotted
didn't
Shamini
think it
too
was-
hard.
yeah,
Shamini was
supposed to
worried
be
that the
fun.
people who perform TTRPGs all the time wouldn't follow
like,
the plot
no.
that's put in
Yeah,
front of them.
chant,
No, I thought of that.
chant. Quote.
We are going to go for a break now. A brief response to Sean, who wrote in chat, I've got to love how Jarnby was so persistent on needing every one of the kids for the revolution and then immediately went all feral golem ready to dispose of
But
them.
I think that was a lie. I think that was a lie he told Pansy to get the other kids back so
Yeah.
he had tabs on them.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
I think he didn't really need every one of them, but if you know you've got some superpowered kids running around, like
The more, the
that
better.
would be good
I
to
want that-
find.
yeah.
Yeah, more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The more
exactly.
the
More the
merrier.
better. And Pansy was like, "We need them all," and he was like, "Sure."
Yes.
I was like,
we
I
need
understand.
them
We're all
all.
more powerful together.
We
And-
want
We're
to
a
be as one.
family.
We're gonna find my friends. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, just it would be good. Yeah, thanks. So that's I think the answer to that one. We are going to go for a break now, and I think we might come back and do some games afterwards. I feel like
Ooh.
we
I've had
shall.
a thought, everyone. I'll tell
Yeah.
you in the break.
Oh, we'll
okay.
find
Tell
out.
me the
And we're
thought.
also going to have some announcements about our very exciting and somewhat murderous summer that we've got planned.
Wait, Theo's back. Oh no.
We're all gonna kill Shamini.
Hooray! We're back in 5, everyone. See you then.
See you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, everyone. People
Oh, we're all
knock their
doing this.
mics
Okay,
off and they're
whoa.
like, Evita. Welcome back. Hello. We're gonna have a bit more of a chill vibe now. We're gonna play some games, but also we're gonna tell you about some things that we've got coming up. And the first one, we're gonna tell you right here, right now. Fiona, are you ready?
Oh, yes. Hang on.
In 3,
Yep.
2, 1.
Better! It's on the screen, but we can't see it
Wow.
for 20 seconds, so.
Wow. It's Clock Tower Summer. That's right. The RP Geeks present Clock Tower Summer. We are going to be playing Clock Tower every week. Not next week. We're having a little break next week because we're on holiday.
Yes.
And then on from the 29th of July until the 2nd of September, every Tuesday, we're playing Clock Tower. We're very excited. We've got some other stuff that we're sort of organizing around that time, but that is what will be out in the public. We're very, very excited about it. It's like a hot girl summer, but Clock Tower Summer.
I think it works. I think
It's
it works.
perfect. I think it's a
Definitely
perfect.
works.
Yeah.
I actually heard Charlie XCX is planning. That's the name of her new album.
Yeah, she'll probably
Clock
be
Tower
on.
in Summer.
We'll probably get
Wow.
her. I haven't asked her yet,
Yeah.
but I'm sure she'll say
I
yes.
bet she
Oh,
will.
she's not busy, so.
And yes, not Clock
She's
Girl
really in a
Summer, as
flop
Andy
era
says.
right now.
Yes, we're gonna have some great guests, which we'll announce sort of nearer the time. But we're gonna be playing a lot of Clock Tower. It's gonna be really fun. I'm very excited about it. We'll sort of probably do like first week, maybe do some Trouble Brewing. Second week, maybe some Sex and Violets, maybe some BMR, and then we're gonna start messing around with the crazy stuff. And I'm excited. You're excited. Get excited if you're not excited. It's going to be great. Everybody is going to be here. This is going to be Clock Tower Summer. Clock Tower Summer. There's
The
not
more you
much more to
say
say.
it, the more exciting
Clock
we should
Tower
get.
Summer.
Clock
But no,
Tower
very
Summer.
exciting guests. I've got a couple. I've also heard from a certain ex-RP geek that he might be keen on joining
Really?
for one of
Oh.
them after a conversation I had today.
Oh.
So look out for a certain Dr. Clark coming back for a little
Oh.
clock tower game,
Wow.
which would be great. We can kill him.
I love how coy you were
More
being,
explicit.
and
I
then
was going to say you were
dropped.
being
Get
so
it.
like, ooh, it could be anyone.
Ooh, could be anyone.
Too
But then I
good.
realized
You're
well,
like, no,
it's
Zack,
either
be
Ali
either
or
of
Simon.
them.
Yeah. And I was
Like-
like, let's
Who
say
could
it's
it
Simon
be?
because it is Simon.
I knew it was obviously Simon. Yeah.
We love Ali, but it was obviously Simon.
It was all gonna be obviously Simon, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's all very exciting. But that's what we got coming up.
Oh, exciting.
Do you like my? I made this poster that you're looking at on the screen while we were doing our chat earlier. I was sat here doing that. If at any point you saw me sort of staring off this way and just sort of concentrating, that's why.
What have we got? We've got the evil twins. We've got the flower
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah, very good.
Balloonist. And it's that minion with the hat. Yeah,
It's not a minion. That's a
Kazali,
demon.
right?
Is that a demon? Oh.
No, it's not Kazali.
Oh.
It's a different one. Kazali is the swirly eyes.
Oh.
And what's the circus tent?
I don't. Is that like? No, it's not the cannibal. That's the.
You should know the circus tent.
That's
I'm
that's
so
the
bad at
worst
clock
role
tower.
in the game.
Best roll in the game.
The worst one. It's
No,
the
It's my
mutant.
favourite.
It's the mutant. Oh.
And there's also in the corner, top right corner,
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know.
What's that?
Party girl. That's what I was gonna say.
not the party
Oh.
girl.
Hunting.
Acrobat.
It is the acrobat. Very good, Zack. So we're
Ah.
only missing the demon,
Oh
the
no.
the little fez.
Little Fez one. I don't know what that one
Mhm.
is. What's their power? Can you describe their power?
They are a demon at night.
Great.
Pick 3 players.
Uh-huh.
There is an announcement made, and one by one they pick live or
Wow.
die.
Yes.
If all live, all die.
Ooh.
Wait, say that again?
It's quite a complicated one. So basically, the demon says, the storyteller goes, "Hey, please pick 3 players." So Folarin, you would say, "Oh, I pick Fiona, Zack, and Shamini." And then I'd go, "Silence! The demon name has made their pick. Their first pick is Fiona." And then I would probably go, "Fiona, would you like to live or die?"
How do I live?
She wants to live because she's a good character. She's
I am.
strong. She's
I'm strong.
ready for it. And then I'd go, "Zack, the demon has picked Zack. Zack, would you like to live or die?"
I'd like to live, please.
Zack would like to live too. Okay, great. But no other players know what they're saying. Shamini, the demon has picked Shamini. Shamini, would you like to live or die?
Oh, I want to die.
Shamini wants to die. She's used her power. She knows she's spent. She knows it's going to save the others because she thinks Fiona and Zack are powerful. So the next day we wake up, Fiona is dead. Zack is dead. Shamini's not dead because she picked. No, the other way around. Shamini is dead. Zack and
I
Fiona
was
are
gonna say,
alive.
what the heck?
But if Shamini had picked live as well, they would all be dead
Oh, shit.
because
I love that.
someone has to sacrifice themselves to save the others.
Oh.
And it also, you can pick a dead player, and if they pick live, they come back to life.
No. Oh.
I
Wow.
didn't know
That's cool.
So they can do it to their minions. So you can like kill a minion and then pick the minion to bring them back. Yeah.
So
Al
Interesting.
Hadikia.
And it's the Al Hadikia, yes.
Al Hadikia. Okay, because I had it up here and I was like, I got Al.
It was just
Guys.
I wanted basically I was trying to find like summary vibes for the what tokens had summary vibes, and I was like, a hat, because there's not many.
Yeah, people wear hats when
Love it.
when the sun's out.
Alright,
Yeah.
yeah, looks good. Oh, I'm excited. I'm scared, but also excited.
How do you guys not? Whenever the 2 times I played Clock Tower, I find it so stressful. How do
Yep.
you not find it so
You've
incredibly
played it
stressful?
in person, haven't you? You played it at mine.
Yeah.
It's online. I find it less stressful, and I've played it a lot now. So
I find it less stressful online, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it
Still
a
pretty
bit more
stressful.
stressful online
Interesting.
because I'm
Fiona?
sat there stewing the whole time.
Yeah, no,
like,
I hate it in person because I'm very pale. I go bright red when I'm lying anyway. So at least here, like no one can see because it's probably my camera. But in person, like I'm sure I've had Zack come up to me and I'm gone, like the Dragon Meat game. I go, oh, I'm sick, and he's like, oh yeah, she's tired. And I'm
Yeah, the thing is, you'd flown in. I was just thinking that you were the demon. You were sat next to me. We were all like, Fiona's flown in
That
from
game.
America like
tired.
today. She's so tired. Let's just go easy on her. Like, let's leave Fiona alone, everyone.
Leave me
She's
alone,
just
I'm
playing.
I'm
she's just-"
tired.
Yeah,
And
we were
then she was
literally
the
like
imp, and
on
I was like,
that game. I
That was great.
was so furious.
You were.
I was-
Yeah,
you
same.
came up to me. You came up to me because I lied as the Undertaker, and you were like, "Is our friend this?" And I went, "Yes." I knew it, and I was like, "Oh, I better go tell them that they're that.
I
Like, it was great.
But I went balls to the wall on RP Geek's friend Khalil, and I was just like, he's evil, and I know it, and I'm gonna get him murdered. And it was his first game, bless him. And I was just like, absolutely like, you need to die.
It all fell into place. I was like, going, this is amazing. Oh, why doesn't this happen all the time?
And it was because another new player had just absolutely fucked with my information, and it was perfect. It was brilliant. It was great. I loved it.
A new player had fucked with you because they didn't know what they were doing, or on purpose?
They were the poisoner, and they'd picked me, which was a very smart pick on night one, because it meant that I was like, I know how to play this game, guys.
Yes.
We need to kill Khalil.
Yes. Yeah.
To answer your question, Folarin, the stress is part of the fun.
Yeah.
I would say.
You also played it with a lot of people who you didn't know, I think.
Yeah, that's also the scary thing.
And to be clear, it was very fun, but it was just a game where I was like, I feel like I'm never going to understand how to play this well.
Oh, but you will eventually.
So I once played the game in like a public setting where like families were also welcome. There was this, I found myself being like really quite aggressive at a 13-year-old before I was like, I need to stop. I need to stop.
Step back.
I really need to step back.
I
like,
mean,
yes, this 13-year-old is evil. But
The
also,
moment where
I
you
really
come
don't
into
need to be
yourself
yelling
and
at
you
this
go
13.
like, actually,
shouting at a child, Zack is the epitome of strong and wrong in Clock Tower, though. Like, Zack is like, I've decided on a world, and I will not budge until someone proves that it's wrong.
really hard.
It's great, and I love it.
I feel like you have to do that though, right? Because if not, it's like anything could be true, so you might as well just be like, this is what I've decided.
No, it's not anything could be true. That's the beauty of it.
world.
You can sift through it all and make it all make sense, and it's so good. But you get there. But this is the thing. Originally, I was like, well, you can never trust information, so you just have to go on vibes. Like, don't worry about it. But that was always what I was like. And then one day I was playing a game, and I was like, wait, no, it has to be this and this, because this happened and this. And I was like, oh, and it was like the universe just like opened up in front
Minority
of me.
Report.
I can see how
Right, you had a
names
beautiful mind
work
moment.
now.
You became the confused lady meme, and you
Let
were
me
like,
be clear. That's only on like easy scripts. When it gets really complicated,
Oh, I have
I'm like,
no idea half the time.
I'm getting better. I am getting better, I think.
Yeah,
but
practice makes perfect, for sure.
yeah. So but hey, in the next like 6 weeks or so, 7 weeks, we get to play so much Clock Tower.
It's a trading program. That's what it is.
I am considering, and this is for the final episode, playing Whale Buffet, which is one of the most insane Clock Tower scripts known to man.
Yeah.
Whale Buffet is every single character in Clock Tower is available, and what gets handed out to people is the type of character you are. So you'd get townsfolk, outsider, minion, or demon, with the correct numbers.
Oh my god!
And then I will go to the demon. I'll say, which demon would you like to be?
Whoa.
And then everyone just picks from their pool of characters what they want to
great.
be. And it will be chaos, and it will be so broken, but I think it could be very fun for the final.
Can you
one.
pick someone else's one? So like if someone was a monk and then I'd like to be a monk, or is that?
Ooh, I'm not sure. I think I'd have to check that.
Yeah,
Probably yes, I think, but I'm not sure.
Oops, all monks. That's
Well, what day is that on?
The final one is the
when is
2nd
the
of
final?
September.
2nd of
Second.
September. Yeah.
The 7th.
Second.
Oh, second.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, I'm allegedly off that week, so maybe I'll
We'll
join.
see Zack then. There we go. Zack's confirmed.
That one
2nd
sounds
September.
great.
Yeah.
I like the other one we did. I can't remember. It must have been off screen, off recording, which was the 7th place chair.
Ballad
one.
of Seat 7. Oh,
Great.
that is a good one. We could do
That
Ballad
was
of Seat
good.
7.
I that was great, and I just because I'm sure you've explained it before, Emily. Do you want to explain it again? What that is for the stream?
Yeah, I'll put it on stream. Yeah. So Ballad of Seat 7 is a World Cup script. So people created these like scripts with special rules. So they kind of changed the core game a little bit. And the Ballad of Seat 7, you have to have I think at least 8 or 10 players, something like that. And Seat 7 is left empty. So you add one extra chair, and whoever's in Seat 7, no one's allowed to sit in Seat 7. So there is an empty bit on the grim, and all the tokens go out, and a token goes to Seat 7, and then everyone plays the game. Seat 7 can be anything that could have been handed out, so they can be the demon. And then I run Seat 7, so if it's like a pick a player, I will probably randomize it. Apart from like I wouldn't pick minions and that kind of thing. You kind of play as Seat 7 might feasibly play, but if it's a sort of toss up, you roll a dice for it. And then once per game, seat 7 can talk. So if I'm like collecting information as seat 7, and then suddenly everyone puts me on the block, I'll be like, okay, seat 7's going to come forward and start talking, and then I can give all my information, and that's the only time seat 7 can talk. Then they have to be quiet for the rest of the game. I did it where seat 7 was like giving side eyes to people, which
good.
I thought was quite fun. And I don't know if that's with the rules or not, but I really like that script. I don't know if it won the World Cup actually. I think it was in the final of the World Cup. So, but I think it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So well done whoever made that. It's great.
Nice.
But yeah, maybe we'll do that on one of the days as well. We might just play lots of fun scripts, but we'll do some beginner friendly stuff. So anyway, I could rubbish on about Clock Tower for a long, long time, so I'm gonna stop.
Fair.
Should we play a different game?
Let's play some games.
Let's play some games. All right, what are we feeling, friends? Joke's on you. I know what it
Time
is.
guesser.
Yes, time guesser. Do you want to explain what time guesser is, well, because it's set up?
This was a recommendation by Aaron Hammonds, who just is my guru in all things now. And it's a bit like GeoGuessr, because I do love GeoGuessr. So you are picking a location on a map, but you're also picking a year. And this is all based on a single photo. So you get given a photo that could be anywhere in the world, anywhen in the world.
I love it.
And see how close we can get to the correct.
So we're going to work together with chat and everything.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and share the screen in Video Ninja. You all might go very small for each other, but you should be able to see the screen. We'll figure out if it works out.
Okay.
Well, that'd be
Great.
good.
Okay, let's give it a go.
You
Yeah.
guys see it?
Yeah, look, it's working.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got it.
that's perfect.
Look at that. Hooray for me.
Yay,
Oh,
Video
my God.
Ninja, not Zoom. We win.
No.
Yay.
All
My
right.
top tip for time guesser
Yay.
is that if Fiona, you could zoom in on the pictures for us so we can like look at all
I
the little
will
clues.
do my best. Okay, are we ready? I've logged in as well. I realise you need an account for this, so I'd quickly
Are
do
we
that.
doing
Also,
Oh, sorry.
Play or daily?
I don't know what
Play.
we're doing. Play?
Play? Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what the difference is.
I think it's 5.
No.
Oh, no.
we want
Just do the daily and then it's today's 5.
Okay.
Oh yeah, let's do. Yeah, we'll do
I
those and then we'll
see.
move.
Yeah,
Make any
fine.
settings.
I just want to continue
Oh.
the games. All right.
Yeah, no, we don't
All
want the
right.
app.
All right. There we go.
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
quite
wow.
recent.
well, look, there's a relatively modern car
Oh,
there, so that
We're in
will.
that place in Wales.
Anglesey. Right, I was going to say.
Oh, look.
Oh, you're right, it's that place in
yeah,
Wales.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
That's the town name. Look at
If
it.
anything,
go.
that's
you're
too easy.
absolutely right. Okay,
Okay.
so
Okay.
finding that on the map is going to be one.
Oh, Jesus.
Issue.
It's
Okay.
in Wales.
It's
Alright.
in Wales.
All right, well, that's good.
Very
The
good.
country, Wales. Zoom in, enhance.
Enhance.
Okay.
Right, where is
Yeah.
Near
Anglesey.
Anglesey, I assume.
Enhance.
I don't know where that Anglesey is, but you know.
Okay, well.
How much of a delay is there for you, chat, as well? You have to let us know, because
that's
if we're
true,
talking
we're-
about things that you absolutely can't see.
No, they'll see it. So we will be synced up.
Oh, of course we will, because it's it's stupid. Yeah.
It's okay, don't worry.
Yeah.
We're all learning together, so that's fine.
Can you make the map
Yeah,
bigger,
yeah.
Fiona? Can you click on that corner
I
again?
will find out.
Just because it's quite
this is
small on
big.
our
That's
screen.
that's as far as I
Oh,
can
there
get
we
it.
Okay. Can you zoom
unfortunately.
in a bit? Because it's
Um,
just quite pixelated for the words.
Oh, zoomed in.
The
Well,
words
I
are
can
just quite really pixelated here.
Okay,
so-
well, I will tell you what they are. There's Cardiff.
Yeah. Okay.
Swansea.
Do you
Swansea.
see that one?
It's the whole
Gloucester.
one.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you? Well, sorry, I'm very.
I'm
close
trying to look for Anglesey. Do we have an idea of a year? So do you think it's this like recent
Quite
year?
recent.
I think it's post
I think it's
2008.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
but
would say
I
it's
don't
just
think it's like.
mid-20s.
I don't think it's later than 2015.
I do. Potentially.
Interesting.
Wait, let's
I
look
think
back
we
at
do.
the.
There's something about that top that the woman is wearing that makes me feel like it's.
Mm,
Zoom in on the people. They're all old people though. This could
Alright.
literally
Yeah,
be this
you're
year.
I
right.
don't know, but you can still chart old people fashion because it reaches them eventually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
but then
plan,
okay. So for
plan.
example, if you look at my gentleman in the red top,
This
if
one.
you
This
look
guy
at his
holding-
trousers, those
Okay,
cargo pants feel actually fairly modern. Like
I agree.
Yeah.
they feel more modern than the early 2000s.
I think it's.
Is
I
think
there-
it's
agree as
later.
well.
Can you go back to the signs on the
Yep.
right-hand side of the doorway there?
The doorway here we go. Enhancing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you, so. It just says hired now. Vacancy.
Enhance.
Enhancing. Well, that's as
Enhance.
much as I can enhance. It says particulars
Enhance.
of.
What does that blue one at the bottom say?
It's even pixelated for me.
Okay,
Looks
yeah.
like it's not no
It does
smoking.
seem like no
Not a COVID
smoking.
thing, is it?
Yeah, non-smoking.
smoking,
So
okay.
presumably.
Well, actually, that's worth pointing out. No
That's
one's wearing a
Wales sign.
mask, which might mean something.
Yeah.
But that could mean
Well, we know it's not in
recent.
2020.
Yep.
Could be January 2020.
True.
Oh wait, is there?
Oh,
hang on.
shopping.
No, it says 20% off it. I thought it was a year.
Yeah, can you
I was like-
imagine if it was just like
I was like,
But
ooh.
again,
For
okay, but no,
2014
no,
Christmas Bazaar.
But hey, but also like graphic design changes. Go back to the sign. Go
That's
back.
true.
Yeah. Okay.
I think in a little town that's modernish.
Well, I was
Yeah,
going to say though,
might
because
be
graphic design does
fine.
change, but this does strike me as like slightly timeless, bad fashion, like graphic
Yeah,
design.
but I
No.
don't think bad stuff was doing that level of like
Oh,
little
thank you,
like
chat.
things and like little diamonds all over it. I don't think bad ones were
I
doing
think
that.
2018.
I don't hate that.
2018.
I would go 2018. Yeah.
Okay.
Andy in chat says it's next
Yes,
to
I see it.
Banger.
I can see angles. See, here we go. Yes, thank
Okay.
you. Yeah,
There
so
it
we've
is.
got- there it is. Now, so got that far.
Oh wait, how much of the license plate can we see?
Not much.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh,
Need
not
the
really.
other
It's like a
side of it.
teeny tiny bit.
Yeah.
Oh, do any of you know about cars? Maybe you know when this car was from.
Andy's going 2019. Not far off.
I'm not against 2018, 2019.
All right.
Yeah, I'm.
We know where we are. We just need to zoom in, I think, Fiona, probably,
Yep,
and just
yep.
look around.
All
What's
right.
that? I think
Oh.
that north there was
Hang
that
on.
it?
Hang on. Well, it says here. Is it? Sorry.
Well,
Yeah,
it's,
does it say?
Is that the place?
that
Yeah.
is the name. Of the
That's
town.
the
It's
name of
the
the
longest
town.
town name. Yeah.
Oh God. All right.
So it should appear. We should see it,
It
right?
should.
No.
No.
Maybe it's
Do
not.
you want to
the-
try
there's a-
closer to Banger?
Close to Banger, do we think? All right. I mean,
Well, just we said it's right next to
Thank
Banger.
God there's
so-
no time limit.
I know we. There's lots of. I mean, there's lots of.
literally next to Banger. Okay.
Oh, it's
Where's
longer.
Banger?
Literally next to Banger. Zoom in there. He says.
I've lost it.
Oh.
Like, go
Oh,
right
Oh,
in.
here. There's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a-
yeah. Just keep going. Wait, is it that one? And they've just shortened the name of it because they don't
it?
want to. That's the beginning of it. Yeah.
Is it?
Langford.
Lang-
Yes, that is it.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah.
excellent. All right.
Okay.
All right.
But
Well,
where?
well, it's all right.
Well, maybe
Well,
we can.
the James-
Well,
well,
James,
James
Weavers.
Pringle.
Weavers.
Oh, Weavers. Do I see any Weavers?
Does it say James Pringle?
I'd go.
Before you, well, hold on, maybe
Oh, it's,
not
it's
before.
clearer on
But
the
afterwards,
YouTube.
can we see
Yeah, it will be.
the graphic design, the little poster on the left-hand side as well? Or is that the one that we were looking at?
On this side, we've just got a
Yeah,
few bits
on
and
the
pieces.
to the left. So okay, we've got some postcards there.
Oh, this
We've
place.
got some
Oh,
Open.
what's that on the?
door
Oh,
open.
oh, wait, what does that say though? 'Cause
Oh,
that might help.
Houghton's
Homegrown,
homegrown.
fresh produce, locally
Urchins.
grown, seasonal fruit and veg,
They're getting a lot of this.
Cokes, Kokomo.
I think it's the Weavers is the thing we need to find. I think that's the
Or Houghton's.
or Hootens.
I think if we go near the station, this has a near the station vibe to me.
It does, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
got
with
the
you
big.
on
It's got the
that,
big
like,
long. It could even be
center
the
town.
station. You know,
Is
it
there a
could be like the
station?
other
Can you-
side of the station.
Can anyone see us?
That's
Oh,
true.
there's a station there. Okay, hang on. Oh, wow, there's a station sign. Wait, of course, there's a. Hang on. There, station sign.
Oh,
Like-
so it's
Oh,
the station.
yeah, you're
It's
right.
around the station, right?
It is
Oh,
the
it's around the
station.
station.
Great,
Okay,
great.
yeah,
Oh,
so let's
amazing.
get the station.
Maybe this.
Yes, look, and there's
Yeah.
station sign. Look, it says that on the map.
All right,
so,
I'm gonna
yeah.
put it here, and then are we locking in with 2019?
Yeah, I'm
Or-
happy with that.
Yeah, or 2018, I think
Sure.
maybe.
Maybe let's go 2018.
This could
Alright.
be anywhere from 2010 to 2018, I think.
All right, I'm gonna lock in.
No, I think that graphic design is too modern to be done like that. If you wanted to do that in 2010, it would be significantly
You're right.
harder, and you would have
Yeah.
a better
You're right,
designer.
you're
Wait,
right,
doing
you're
that.
right.
Wait,
you're right.
look. Is that not it? The Houghton's homegrown farm shop.
Homegrown
'Cause that's
farm
what.
shop.
That's what it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
What
Yeah,
that's advertising, yeah.
So
yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
here.
Is that Comic Sans?
I feel like we're going to be close.
It is. All right, I'm gonna make the guess. Ready?
But we could be going near. No, wait, hang on, because we could
Yep.
be going towards it. Like it's a sign for Houghton's. We're not Houghton's. So I think we are right
don't
where. I think we're by the sign because it
We
says
must
the
be on the
sign,
road.
and I think literally we're looking at that sign.
Looking at the sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. I think that's.
Wait,
the
no,
sign.
look. There's James Pringle Weavers. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, does it literally say on the map?
Greenery,
says-
though. This greenery doesn't exist, but okay.
Oh, so it does.
Oh, right.
Maybe,
Presumably that's it.
So we're on the Holyhead Road
We're on
then?
that-
It's,
well,
it's
oh,
right-
yeah, are we on the main road looking? Yes.
Yeah, we are because then Houghton's is on the left, which
Yeah.
makes sense.
All
So
right.
if we're on the road looking at it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put us there. I'm gonna make the guess.
Come on.
Oh,
1
we
year
were
old,
close.
2019.
Nice.
was
damn.
2019.
Oh.
Wow, well done, team.
Perfect. The
Very
long
good.
name was conceived
But
as
we
a
were
promotional
so
stunt
close.
in the 1860s to attract railway tourists.
Well done, team.
No
That was
way.
great.
Interesting.
Look at that.
That's great.
5 brain cells working together there. I was just helping. All right, next round. Ooh.
Bloody hell.
Okay. Well,
Oh, fuck off.
Okay.
Can we look out the window?
it's quite blurred. It's clearly an airport of some sort. There's
I see
someone-
what's on the table there.
They
Sorry.
seem so 1980s though.
They're in an
fine.
airport.
They're in an airport.
Uh,
Welcome to
Bloody
Belgium,
Mary.
it says.
Great.
yeah.
Belgium.
So Antwerp, maybe?
Maybe Antwerp. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, is that a
This is
year?
Pre
Oh,
9/11.
is that a...
04?
Here's the
2004? Or is that month? Is that like
Yeah,
April?
maybe.
04 to 50.
Hang on, let's get to Antwerp.
I think that's month because I
It's
don't
the
think they're doing
40th anniversary of something, right? 40th
Yes.
Sure, yeah,
bit
yeah.
blurry.
40th anniversary of.
Oh, hang on.
all the times. Go in.
Enhance.
Enhance.
What a
The
market
day the
crash.
city
The
stopped.
day the city stopped.
When
Yeah.
was there a big
Interesting.
crash?
What
Oh,
day?
the
is it?
financial crash.
Yeah.
Which was
Also 2008.
2008.
I think
2008.
Zoom
Have
out.
they
Can
not
we
seen
look at
more-
them again?
Well, maybe they.
I don't
maybe
think they
they're
look
not
80s at all.
I think it's just
Do
the
they not?
picture.
I think it's pre 9/11.
Okay. Hang
Which it
on.
can be. Oh wait, well no.
Yeah.
It's
I'm gonna put-
2008.
I'm gonna put
No.
2008.
I buy it being pre 2011. 2000. Wait, what did you say?
2001 is
9/11.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
9/11. There we go. Yeah.
All right, there we go. So there's.
Is that an airport out there?
I think it is an airport, right? Because well, certainly this
Passport.
lady's got a newspaper called Passport. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it looks
see.
like an airport.
all right. So
And
do
there's
we think
another
it's
there.
Brussels or do we think it's Antwerp? Because there's 2 airports there.
Probably Brussels is the capital. So is
I
it the
guess
capital?
Well, Belgium. Brussels is.
Can we
the
see
capital.
anything?
I'll zoom out.
Well,
Yeah.
why are we assuming it's the capital?
Was it Belgium?
Because how else are we meant to know? Like, if
Yeah.
you know.
Pick the biggest one.
Like, let's be honest. Who you don't have that busy an airport in Antwerp versus Brussels,
Oh, I think you
right?
do. I think Antwerp does. have
Very
quite a big
busy, is it? It's like people in a fancy business class
I was
waiting
gonna say, I
room.
don't know how busy it is, but sure.
Right. Well, I'm just looking through the airport and move it up a little bit. See if we can find. Do we think it's the airline's lounge?
Yeah, put it in the lounge. That's a lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the-
I
or
guess-
the-
They've got
or-
drinks.
well,
They've got drinks. yeah.
Sure, or the Diamond Lounge.
Oh god. fuck.
Okay, hold
This
on. Really
doesn't
quickly,
feel
though.
Diamond Lounge to me.
I was gonna say it
No.
doesn't
It's
feel diamond lounge
2008.
because I was gonna say, am I the only? That lounge doesn't feel that fancy to me in a way that makes me think it's a smaller town.
It's tiny, this place.
Yeah.
But is it just pointing in one corner of the lounge?
It's not.
No,
as
but
far-
look, see
maybe.
this bit down here. Oh, I'm zooming in, but it looks like a
Step.
bar or a step or something. So
Like a raised
Yeah.
area, yeah, maybe. But I feel like even like 2001, for example, I would expect there to be like a big nice TV and maybe we're not seeing that, but it just feels not that fancy,
What?
which makes me think
Oh,
it's a
well, there's
smaller town.
the waffles, by the way, guys. The chocolate
Oh,
waffles.
Christ.
Confirmed, it is. It says
What does
Belgium.
do we have any more text on that green bit there? Is there
It
anything
says welcome
more?
to Brussels and the Mobster web network, and then it's clearly like there's an old phone, like
Oh, that is an
Okay.
old phone.
That's
That's
a
not
chunky phone.
2008.
I think it might be earlier then.
And actually, none of them are on their phones. They're all in newspapers reading
Newspapers.
about the financial crash.
Yes.
But 2008
Yeah.
If we're
it was
financial
before the
crash.
iPhone. It's before the
Yeah,
iPhone.
but it's
When
not a
did the
Nokia
iPhone
though, is
launch?
it? Like,
Hmm.
It's
But
not.
you can still have imagery of old phones. When did the iPhone launch?
It was 2009.
Yeah, because you
wasn't it?
have to ask how
don't think
long
we
would
should
it
be
take
allowed
them
to
to
Google
update
anything.
their
2007.
imagery.
I don't think we should be allowed to
2007.
Google
Oh.
anything.
Well, it's phone. It's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're not working out. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy is
Um,
pointing out
7.
it looks like a stock photo.
Okay,
which
so
would be
here's
more
the question: How often do you think an airport is updating their signage? Because I suspect actually
Not
quite often.
Often.
Can you hear their drums?
Yeah.
I've
What's-
got to go.
Yeah, what's that? What does it say?
I just so it says the day of the city stopped, and then there's like, can you hear the drums? I got to go, and it's clearly like someone reporting maybe leaving or something like that. But it's, I guess all a bit blurred.
Clearly, they've taken this photo because it's like, oh, the business class passengers who are all in finance. What are they going to do about their? Which is also
It
finance
really could be
things.
2008 in terms of how they look,
So look at
but it also could be 90s. I think.
see these guys at the back.
Yeah.
Look.
Yes.
She's like, oh,
Yeah.
I but
I think
Do we
I
know
agree.
a 90
to me,
stock?
I feel like
crash?
this is very 90s-y.
Do we have an idea of
Oh,
a crash that might have made the papers that we could
No,
pin
not
it
that I
on?
can-
I,
not that
I
I
think
have.
I think it has to be.
Snap says 92.
dot-com
Snap, why are you
bubble.
saying 92?
Yeah,
Presumably
maybe
it's a crash.
maybe the .com bubble perhaps. Yeah.
Couldn't be.
Oh,
But 92,
sure.
you're not going to have. But I would just like to say, in 92, you're not going to have that level of phone on an
You're not gonna
airport.
have-
No, you're not. That's
Airport.
right.
Yes, you're
You're
right.
right.
You
You're
wouldn't.
right. You're right. You're right.
You wouldn't.
All right.
What about
I think
2008?
What about 2006?
I think 2008 is right because it's not
Okay.
soon enough after the iPhone
Yeah.
launches
agreed.
that suddenly everyone
I-
has an iPhone. Phone
Let
is
me.
still
Let me.
broadly.
I would only ask
thing.
one thing.
Yep.
If it's 2008,
Mhm.
and they're talking about the crash, when in 2008 did the crash happen?
Does
We
that-
don't look,
presumably
we
it
don't
wasn't
look it up. We
like one
can't
day.
cheat. Hey, look, there's some.
No, but do we
Flashback.
have any ideas roughly amongst ourselves?
No.
Because
As in
presumably
to say, is it 2008 or could this be like 2009 because the crash happened at the end of 2008, for example?
Oh,
Or could it even
No.
be 2007 because
I think-
actually the crash happened earlier, but we didn't feel the recession until 2008? Do you know what I mean?
No,
Chat-
it was the 2008
so-
financial crisis.
So, chat saying there was a crash in 1992 was Black Wednesday, but they are thinking
Sure.
2007 from our conversations. So
Why 2007, not
I
2008?
remember from the movie The Big Short about the 2008 financial crisis.
Also, chat, please don't
It
Google
was
anything to give us the right
summer.
answers. We want to.
But
yeah.
Well, I'm with you on the because I know that the crash happened. The financial crisis was 2008, but I know that it's not like one day everything happens, right? It's like there's a series of things that happen and blah blah blah, and then we're in a
Yes,
crisis.
but if we're talking about it being reported in a paper,
I wonder if it's April because of here, perhaps.
I'm thinking April.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, April.
Let's go with 2008.
Okay.
I agree.
in-
Also, I
Let's do
think
it.
Brussels because they're reading English magazines and things, and that will be UN.
Good point.
Do we
want to?
do we want to upgrade to the Diamond Lounge or do we want to go for the airline?
No, I think
No.
the other one.
Alright.
We don't think this is diamondy enough.
No, I can't. Tell you what, I can't even put my pin on the map. It
Oh,
won't
well,
let
there you
me-
go.
Oh wait, no, I can. I lied. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're ready. So 2008
Yeah, in
Yeah.
Brussels.
in Brussels. Oh my God!
8 years off, it was 2000.
There we go.
We were so
2000.
close.
Was
That
it
makes
Y2K?
sense.
What does it say?
Y2K do
Oh,
something.
maybe.
Belgian flag. Oh wait.
Who did?
Ceased operations a year later due to financial difficulties following the collapse of Swiss Air and major
Oh, fuck
shareholders.
off. How are we meant to know that?
But look how close we were. Holy shit.
We're pretty good.
That's pretty
Oh.
good, guys. Look.
Pretty good.
I mean,
Yeah.
would we have been
You've done
closer
well.
if we'd done diamond? Maybe, but never mind.
Well, it's not even the business lounge. It's like the
It's just other
oh, business class. Sorry, it's not first class. It's business.
I think it's just
right.
We're
And
next to the
2000
last
makes
bit,
so
yeah.
much sense for the way they look because they just look so like
Mm.
90s.
Nice
But
work,
that's why
guys.
we were like, could be 90s, could be late 2000s, because there is like a weird
There's the
mush
crossover
of
bit.
those
All right, here's the next
Ooh.
one.
Oh.
Okay.
before color was invented.
Well,
Well, not
Wizard of
necessarily. They
Oz.
had still
When they
have
were
black
doing
and white
sepia.
photography.
right. Who's this?
Oh no, is this
That's-
Well,
America?
but this isn't black and white though. This is more sepia, right? Which I
Zoom.
think is a
What
is a
does
very
that
specific.
say?
It says Friday to Saturday, March 18th
great.
to 29th at 8
What
p.m.
year?
It doesn't say the year because obviously they don't need to know the year.
What? But where?
Because it's this year.
Does it say 19?
Oh, go on.
It's always this year.
It doesn't say a year. Sorry, you can
No.
see better than me. On the left there, that's not a year, then, is it?
Well, here it's her canvas bag. Schwinn.
No. On the
It
poster.
doesn't say
On the
like
poster. Oh,
1974 on
I
the
think it
poster.
says
Of the
90. Oh, I think
1974.
74. Yeah. Winner. Wait, it says
Winner-
winner of the 1974.
So it could be 75 because it's the year after,
Okay.
maybe. You know.
Sports
Well,
drama.
But that gives
Claremont.
us.
Where's
That gives
Claremont?
us.
Where's Claremont College's friends? Do we know?
Fiona, you're gonna have to do the reading because
I will. I will.
I'm
I'm sure it will be pixelated on your side. That's fine.
You're in America,
I
Fiona.
was going to
where's
say they
Claremont?
assume to be
Scripts.
right.
What scripts?
Scripts. I don't know.
Looks like a
I
sports
assume
team.
a sports
Yeah.
team.
Something college. Scripts college.
Claremont College, probably. It's all Claremont.
Claremont is in the south, right?
Sure.
I mean, when you say it like
well,
that.
there's hang on. There's Pacific
Probably
Ballet
Claremont
Anything
Theatre
is
in
here.
the
I
South, you
believe
put it
it's
in this
Right,
kind
the
of place.
Garrison Theatre.
Pacific Ballet Theater. It's
Yeah,
on
the-
the Pacific. It's on the West Coast.
The Nutcracker
Nice.
we have here.
Okay.
Wait, no, but they're visiting. That's the Pacific Ballet Theatre coming to Claremont to do their show.
Oh lord.
But maybe they're from
Oh.
nearby.
Not necessarily.
No, that's. Wait, go back up to the Pacific Ballet Theater. Is it definitely visiting? Is it definitely?
It doesn't.
A tour,
It
or
does
is
not. It does not say.
Oh yeah,
It
'cause
says.
could
It says
be their home
Friday,
theatre,
December 10th to Saturday, December 11th. So presumably
so not for very long.
Yes.
But it is the Nutcracker at Christmassy time, so
Can we zoom back out real quick? Okay, so
Yeah.
we've got really quickly. So we've got the bike, we've got the little VW
in the background here. Yeah.
Beetle.
Yeah.
Are there any other like distinguishing?
There's bell bottoms. It's the 70s.
I was about to say how. Yeah, they're bell bottom.
I
so
think
we
we
are
should
in
go for
70s.
75 based on the fact that he wants it in
Agreed.
74.
I agree,
Alright, think we should
75
look
or
around North
76.
America.
Yeah, we're locked into now. North America. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're not zooming around trying to
Specifically,
find
I think let's
Claremont.
look on the West Coast.
West
Yeah.
Coast. Okay.
Start on the West Coast, yeah.
What do those other flags say? The ones that are like Harvey.
Where is
Harvey Mudd.
where's North Carolina?
It's on the
Harvey.
East Coast.
Oh no.
Wrong.
Okay, fine. So no, okay, let's
Oh,
not
it
do
could
that
be. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. We've got the Schwinn bikes.
A punch buggy.
Punch buggy?
Soul Waves. He's a
Yes,
punch
it is
buggy.
All right.
Can we just zoom in on that political poster or that poster with the person on one?
The
more
person?
time?
Yeah, Emmanuel Axe. It looks like it was contact. Must be like a pianist or something like that, but presumably he's a
Yeah.
writer.
Oh.
I see. And sorry, winner of the 1974 something something.
Yeah, I can't read it. A competition it says at the bottom, but I can't read what's in the middle there. I
Something,
assume
something
International
competition.
It says international above
Yeah,
competition.
it looks
Oh.
international.
Something international competition. Baby's chain.
I don't think that's going to help us, to be honest.
yeah.
No. I was just curious because if it was like I thought it maybe if it was like a political poster, it would be like an election in the case. Then okay, how often are there elections?
Yeah. it's
The
true.
the little mascot on this woman's bag seems to be a like little bear on a unicycle.
Yes, it is.
Does that
anyone know?
Does that help us?
No.
Do we
Does
know
that help
any
anyone?
small town in America that uses that as their mascot?
Claremont. Oh,
Yeah, to be
Claremont
fair.
sounds like California-y to
Yeah, that's
me.
what
but
that's where I sort of am.
I think we should pick
Oh,
somewhere a little bit
sure.
inland from
Yes.
Oh, Fresno.
in California. Sure.
I love Fiona just going, oh, Fresno.
I'm going to Fresno in September, so I was like, oh, there it is. I know where I'm
Oh,
going.
lovely. That's good.
I feel like more LA way for some reason on
LA?
vibes.
Oh, vibes LA.
Should we look at the haircuts to see if that gives us any clue as to where they're probably from?
Well, I
Does
think
that-
Soul
Oh,
Waves.
because
Clearly
you
not.
know,
LA
if they're young and hip, then they're in
Wait,
LA.
look.
Whereas if they're like,
What are those trees in the background?
Oh, they look like palm trees,
What
don't
kind
they?
of trees are they?
Probably.
LA,
Yeah.
LA,
Alright,
LA.
zooming in on LA.
Claremont.
Enhance.
He's
Find
in LA.
Claremont.
Maybe.
Oh lord, there's so many small areas.
There are also-
You found Claremont?
Claremont!
Claremont! Find Claremont College.
Holy
Wait,
shit.
wait! Hang on, calm down, everyone, except me.
Brits.
Except me.
everyone except me, calm down.
It is in LA. Amazing.
There's the
Where's
college
Brit?
is here. The college is here.
Well, I
Claremont
will say
College.
that there probably are multiple places in
the
America
Village
called
Grill.
Claremont,
Wait, it
but
says the
sure.
Village Grill. Yes.
Yeah.
Well
Is
done.
the Village
Oh
Grill
shit!
still
Oh,
there?
okay. Well,
Find the
Is it
Village
still there?
Grill.
Oh god.
right.
Okay.
A long time. That was a long time ago.
Okay, it's okay, Fiona.
Somewhere near
If we just put
The
it somewhere in here, I'll be
university and the theatre
Yeah.
and the grill.
I'm just trying to look for the grill. There's dining
Or the, yes,
areas.
what was the name of the theatre now? Because it was like the Garrison Theatre.
Garrison
or something, right?
Theatre. But
Okay,
that might
that
not
would
be
be
that
right.
might
I
not be
don't
close
think we're
by
at the
though.
theatre.
No.
But it'll
True.
be nearer.
Nearish.
Andy, I appreciate you saying the problem with US names is getting used a lot. Do not take this away from me.
We found one. We found a
If this is
Claremont.
the right Claremont, this is incredible.
Yeah,
well,
if it's the wrong Claremont, we're going to be
There's
so sad.
yeah. Should we just put
But
it
it's
I-
here?
stuck it down
Fine.
somewhere in
Well,
here.
we have.
Yeah,
I
here
mean,
is-
this is
I'm
very
kind
logical.
of happy.
Yeah.
All right.
Here.
So
Yeah,
just
sure.
to check with everyone, so it's 1975. We're putting
Yeah.
it here.
Yeah.
I love
Why
that.
not?
I before we guess, are we set on 75 or do we want to go slightly later in the decade?
No, because I think if we're coming up to the Nutcracker at the end of the year, and it's from the 74 election, I think 75
There's
is
the Garrison
safer.
Theatre.
Or
Sorry,
74
there's the
win.
Garrison
What?
Theatre up there.
We're in the right place, everyone. Put it near the theatre.
Yeah.
Wait, find
I
the
buy
Village
that.
Grill. Find the Village
Yeah.
Grill. We'll find the
God.
Village Grill. If we found the theatre, we can find the grill.
It
Right.
might not be there
I don't think it's
anymore.
gonna be. I don't think it might
Find
not
the
be
theatre,
on here.
find
No,
the
it's
theatre.
like-
Successful
it'll be
businesses
like-
lasting through the
Yeah.
decades.
Oh God, I just see Hagelbargers. I don't think that's, I can't see anyone.
Put it near the Edison Theater and I think we can call it a day.
Garrison.
I agree.
All right, I'm gonna pop it here.
Garrison, yeah.
Imagine
right.
if we're like right
Are we
on the
locked
thing.
in?
Yeah, all right.
Oh, not. Oh, close.
Oh,
Wow.
well, a kilometre,
Whoa. we're
That was not
far.
bad.
Oh,
And
I
a
was
year off as
76.
well.
Well done,
Six.
Zack.
There we go.
Wow.
At all.
I can't believe that.
That was
Very
pretty
good.
good.
LA was such a good call. I would not have been bold enough to
That
think.
was
Yeah.
well done, Emily. That was
Yeah.
good.
Was that me? Oh,
you,
that
you
was
said
vibes.
LA, and then I was
that
getting
was literally 'cause
closer.
I was like,
you were
Claire-
very keen on
Well,
LA.
you know what? I think
There's
script
the Village Grill. It's still
is something
there.
I've heard of. I
Fair
like scripts really like tickled something in my brain, and I feel like it might be from like a theatre troupe, and it's probably something from Dropout
Yeah.
or something like that. That was
Oh,
it tickled
yeah.
something in my brain. I was
All
like, I know
right,
something's done
round
script.
4. Well,
Oh.
Well, that's
Mandela.
yeah.
Wait, the flag though.
How,
I don't know
and
any.
how old is Mandela?
Oh god.
I old?
Oh no, this is bad.
Well, it'll be all right.
What year?
What year
though?
did he
The
die?
How
car
old
looks
now?
quite old.
Oh, he's dead. Oh man.
He is dead.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
dead now.
All
Simon.
right, I'll change it
Thanks
to the next
for
one.
reminding us.
Sorry, that chain of. Oh, that was very good.
Okay, I feel like an African capital.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that feels good.
What flag
Yeah,
is? What's the
presumably.
flag? Can we look at the flag?
Enhance.
It's Kenya, right?
That feels right.
I
to
would
me.
take your word for it over
Yes,
mine.
I agree. Yeah, I'm not a flag person, unfortunately.
Hey,
I used to
Well,
be really
okay,
good at flags. I've
here's
forgotten
what I'm
them.
going to say because I'm looking at that.
Kenya.
The flag. Sorry, it seems to have the traditional African shield, which is the like long structure with the cowhide and the two spears, which I feel like is Kenya, but I also feel like Lesotho might have a similar
And
flag.
Andy is saying it's
Lesotho,
the
country
Kenyan
in the
flag,
middle.
so I
Okay, we'll go
Okay,
with
Kenya,
what
great.
Folarin wants before we pick from people. in
Sure,
chat.
sure.
Well, but I was about to talk myself out of maybe considering it being either Kenya or Lesotho. So if someone else is also saying Kenya,
Yes.
then
Okay.
let's assume
cool.
it's Kenya.
What is the capital of Kenya?
Nairobi.
Yeah. Nairobi.
There you
Well,
go.
then let's put it in Nairobi.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it's in like some kind of like grand arena
Like a-
or
like a
drive, right?
Yeah, some sort
Yeah,
of-
maybe a sporting.
Yeah, look, if you
Yeah.
see here, there's like
Yes.
a track. I don't know if you guys can see
Yes.
that.
Ah,
behind
there
the
we
car.
go. Very
Yes.
good. Very good.
All right.
I'm never going to be able to.
I'm going to
find
go
it.
in.
Look
I
at the
know.
reflection.
Well,
Look at the reflection. That's clearly a sports stadium.
Stadium,
of some
yeah, you
kind.
see
Yeah.
That is a
yeah.
stadium. That's a stadium.
okay,
for
right.
sure.
I'm in.
Right.
Right, lads, we're in.
We're looking for a
Nairobi.
big. Can we? Oh, they don't do buildings very well on this.
Well, you
map.
have to zoom in quite a lot. That's what I'm trying to. There's the theatre. There's a base. Hospital.
Stadium.
Uh, there's the airport.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Can't be that.
Oh,
far.
we've gone for 62.
Oh no,
No,
that's what it is on
actually,
normally. I've not
We
put
haven't
one in it.
settled
Oh,
on
fine.
that.
Yeah, sorry,
I was gonna
sorry,
say,
no,
I feel like that doesn't make sense.
No.
When I don't actually
there's a
know
international
when Nelson
sports
Mandela was
centre.
released from prison.
How about this one?
Nor
Like
do
90s?
I.
Something like that.
How about this?
Well, hold on. So apartheid ended in what?
Sorry, Fiona, it's got-
92?
oh, sorry.
Fiona's got a location. we
How's
wanna
this?
consider.
International Sports Centre?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Possibly.
Oh,
yeah.
It's the indoor.
It feels like
That
it's probably
sound.
It's not indoor. That's an
No,
outdoor
it's the
arena.
outdoor one.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
so possibly here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
whack
I'm
it on
happy
there.
to
Yeah.
consider that. We're not going to find a better
Yeah.
candidate.
What
than that.
about year?
You
I mean-
said 90s. You thought he was.
Can we zoom back
it's
out
got to
again?
be the 90s, right?
Yep.
Was he was out in like the 80s or the 90s, I think.
He was out in like the late 80s, early 90s. Apartheid ended
And he
in like
looks
92
he
or
looks like
96 or
he's
something.
not, prisoner at this point. This looks very much like free Nelson Mandela and
Yeah.
like President Nelson Mandela.
Andy reckons
So-
anytime post 94.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's got to be like
Yeah.
maybe 98.
Why 98?
Okay.
Maybe 94.
I don't know. Just that
This could
year.
be like a hey, I'm president now,
Yeah.
going on a tour of some countries.
Oh,
Yeah.
so maybe earlier.
So,
Yeah, like a national visit.
Is there anything in what the people in the stands?
But then it
are
could also
wearing?
be a. It could also be a. This is okay. For example, the Olympics are coming to Nairobi, and we're getting
yeah.
dignitaries from different African nations to come
Right.
through.
Okay, well, hang
Nelson
on. Let's
Mandela's
do
the
let's
biggest
do
deal.
Olympic math. I mean, I don't think Kenya's ever had the Olympics.
No, it probably
Gonna
is
put
not
it out
that.
there.
But like an African Cup or something, the equivalent of like
Mhm,
some.
mhm,
Which would
mhm.
explain why they're in a sports stadium.
It's probably just some kind of athletics event.
Yeah.
There's no like.
But it's an athletics
year
event
or
that's big
anything.
enough for Nelson Mandela to be there.
Or
So
They're all just there to see him.
Or South Africa won something in Kenya at one point.
That's possible.
Oh, that's
I mean,
possible.
again, just to go to chat,
I-
Andy says maybe the World Rugby World Cup held in South Africa in 1995.
We're not in South Africa though. We're in Kenya.
Yeah,
But
he's just
it might
doing
be, I guess, the flag, perhaps. 'Cause we don't
That's
know
how it
what
would
this
be.
flag is. I don't know what it is.
That looks like a presidential flag kind
Okay.
of vibe.
Uh-huh.
that. Yeah.
Oh,
Gonna go off his hair colour,
did we
but
They wouldn't drive a car around for the Rugby World Cup.
It's also,
yeah.
I don't think rugby. Would it happen
And
in
the
South
Rugby World Cup
Africa?
would not have. This is not South Africa.
Yeah.
If you look at the stands, that's not South Africa.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. No, I guess this. Yeah. It's a stadium.
Right. I think we should stick with slightly later than 94. I think we
Let's
should
go
later
96.
than 94.
96.
96.
All right. So we're looking in.
I'll
in
go
this place.
96.
Look, and
Let's do
96. I'm gonna make the guess. I will also change the overlay so people
Okay.
can see the right year because I appreciate people can't see the correct year when it happens. But make the guess.
Oh, that. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise that. Right.
19.
Wow.
Oh, we were close though.
90.
Oh, well, there you go. Because South African leader. So is this before he was
For
elected?
the African National Congress.
Oh,
look
not
how
bad.
close
But
we
50
are.
meters.
50
Very good.
meters. It's ridiculous.
That is
Wow.
Well done. Well
That's
done.
very
done.
good. Well done, us.
Yeah.
I
All right.
actually think I'm going to put it out there. I think we're closer than what they're saying because I think they've just whacked that in the middle.
I think they
And
have.
actually, he's not quite to the middle.
No, of course he wouldn't be in the middle.
I
He's
think we're
basically
actually
on the-
closer.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
This is the last one.
Oh Jesus. Let's see the
Oh,
platform
okay.
numbers
Yes.
there.
Get straight on that red sign in the middle.
And this
I'm
one,
looking at.
Zurich.
Ah,
Zurich.
sure.
Okay, so
Does
20
Okay.
rupees.
How far
Four
now?
flat? Does it say flat?
Rupees in Zurich. They don't use
It
that
won't be
anymore, do they?
rupees.
It
It'll
might not be
it
Zurich
is-
then.
not them. But what would it have been?
Don't know what they would. What
Oh,
they
Is
did.
it
I have no
pre-euro? Is it whatever they had pre-euro?
Euro, yeah, exactly.
Ah,
When did the euro
Tabla.
come in?
Chocolat, double.
Euro came in.
Way after this.
Well,
Look,
there's
this is
definitely
old.
Yeah.
trade Europe is up there. I can see Europe.
Train to
Yeah,
Europe.
it was
Train
they were-
Europe.
Would you like to go to Europe? Get on this train.
Okay.
Yes.
We need year vibes. Is this like
I think in
80s,
old.
70s, 60s?
Look at the clothes.
I think 60s. I think
Oh,
this
actually,
was-
you know what? This could be a colorized, like even 50s.
kind of right. It does look a little bit. Hey, look
Yeah,
at
look
this
at what
one.
people
Yeah,
are wearing.
I'm
Yeah,
with
that's
you.
not 70s or 60s.
Oh, let's look
No,
at the
it's not.
suitcases. That will tell us so much.
Yeah.
All right, there you
Oh,
go.
Oh, that's the
Oh,
50s.
Yeah.
Look at those.
That's the 50s.
Oh,
That's a real. Oh yeah, that style
Yeah.
of suit. With the, like,
yeah,
loose
because
fitting-
if
yeah,
you
it's
look
gotta
at
be.
the suitcase and that gentleman in front of the sign with the red, that case doesn't look.
Oh, this one.
These cases look like they could maybe be 40s, but the fashion looks
exactly.
50.
Mhm.
Exactly.
All right.
Like that's a valise, not even a suitcase.
Andy says Switzerland still isn't in the eurozone and still
It's true,
use what's CHF.
Well, it's not RP, so it's not. 20 rupiah. What would 20 rupiah be? Are we definitely in Zurich?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
double checking. I'm
Well,
checking.
Swiss
Really?
francs. Swiss francs.
Republican penceworths.
Because we're talking about the Bahnhof, which is some sort of transport thing. Zurich.
Oh, I recognise that name.
This one.
Bahnhof. No, Bahnhof.
Bahnhof is like
Abfahrt. Is that maybe? That's what it says. Is
Bahn-
that maybe
sorry.
like where we are?
Excuse me.
road or something.
There's Zurich.
Would you call me?
Oh, that says Milano, so it's going to Milan. So that makes Zurich make sense because that's near
All
going
right.
down to top of Italy.
Okay, so I'm in
Yeah.
Zurich. Let me open this up for you to see.
Oh, Milan. Oh, yeah.
It's moving across further. That's right. All right.
It
So
also
we-
says something that ends in Schnellzug.
Do we think it's here? Look, if I zoom in on the map.
Where's the
I w-
station? Yes.
It might be going to Zurich is the only thing, because that might say we're in Abfahrt,
Mm.
going to Zug and via Zurich. Do you see?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm just looking on the. I don't see any other platform.
It feels like a big station
Yeah, that's why I just think where it's positioned. Just looking at
for the
The-
50s.
what does Abfahrt?
Could we go into the left-hand corner really quickly,
yeah, absolutely left hand corner this way.
and then go?
I'm going.
There's another sign. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
so
gonna
I'm
say,
moving-
there's
I've got to
another
move it
sign
on.
quickly.
Yeah, over here.
Ah. Okay, so that says Express.
Express.
Lugan-
It seems like Express
Como.
2.
It's going Lugano. Look, this could well just be Zurich. I think this is just probably
So
Zurich.
going to
but-
Zook.
I'm going to Como, Lake Como.
Andy's coming in with
Yeah.
some
Como will be
translation here.
Okay.
Andy's translation He says it says departures of trains from Zurich main station.
Zurich main
Bahnhof means main station.
Cool. So we're just in Zurich. That's fine.
Great.
That's okay.
Should we go?
Let's just go into Zurich main station then.
I will hang on. I'll zoom out. I assume it's this one, but I'll just double check if there's any other stations randomly.
It has platform.
I assume
has
it's this
a
one.
platform
This
on
one
the
feels
ground
feels
floor.
big.
Oh, true. We're looking for platform 4.
So we might as well work it out.
I've got stairs. I got lush.
There's
They
lush.
look like platforms, don't they?
These I'm sure these are platforms, right? These
Whack
are
them in the middle
rails.
somewhere. Put it on the concourse somewhere, vaguely facing 4.
Alright.
Yeah.
Vaguely facing 4. All right, we'll
Yeah.
do. I'm gonna say, let's put 4.
I.
Mhm.
No, carry on. I was just thinking about timings. I think this is early 50s.
Yes.
Like
I
earlier
would
than
agree.
Uh,
It's just colorized.
It could be. It's definitely
53.
colorized. Yeah.
I've got 53 on
51?
the thing. Do you want to do earlier?
I will say one of the
I think
dresses looks like
51.
one of my grandma's dresses, where she's holding my mum, who was born in 54. But like,
I would go
it could be any 50s.
53
We've got
for
53
some reason.
on the
Okay.
thing. Okay.
I'm happy with any early 50s.
Okay.
Alright.
Sure, deal with that.
My
Alright,
mum is
so
also born.
Should we split the difference and go 52?
I think my
No,
worry
let's
is
keep
that
it
old
53.
people wear old fashioned, and I'm seeing a lot of old people.
Mm.
Which makes you think maybe it's earlier.
It could be later.
Later. I'm
Yeah.
Sorry,
thinking.
Actually, zoom into that woman near the sign. She looks younger.
Which one? This
Near the Abfart sign.
this lady?
Yeah, like, do you not think what's the hair? Is that 50s
she's
hair
just
or is
had a
that like
I was going to
later?
say, is she going slightly moddy?
Like, is it later 50s?
And isn't that there's a lady at the bottom? Isn't she wearing a shortish skirt?
Oh, which is late 50s, if anything.
She's got okay, it's not that short.
Nah, it's not right. It's
That's
not
not
right.
short.
No, never
It's
mind,
like-
yeah.
This guy
That's
looks
not
like he's got
really-
coma.
That's
from-
50.
Wait, what's the kid wearing? Because that's going to be brand new.
This
Go
kid?
down.
Yeah,
This small child?
To the right.
To the right?
To the
It's wearing a
him,
blue
but
shirt.
also go to the
This girl.
this girl.
Oh, look at the
That's
short hair on the
very
lady.
different.
Short hair.
Short hair.
That
the
makes me
lady.
think close to
Oh, for a
60s.
pathetic person. Yeah.
That makes me think close to 60s.
But
I would be okay. I'd be willing to go like 56, 57.
I agree. I would happily. I think 56 feels right.
All right.
Okay, let's try it.
All
Or
right.
it should be like 30.
I know. All right. So just to confirm, we're going to go for this random platform in Zurich station and 1956 as
Yeah.
our final guess for the final round.
Yes.
All right. Locking in. We are so close. It's
64.
There you
64?
There you
But we
go.
were right on top of it.
Yeah, we were there though.
And again, I don't think that's platform 3. I think that it's
I know.
Um,
Very
but
good.
It's
Oh,
64. We were right to move it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. There
We
you
did
go.
very well.
We did incredibly
we
well.
did super good.
I'll take that.
Really proud.
Well done, team.
I
Well
like
done,
that
chat.
it's a slightly arbitrary score, which doesn't really mean anything, but you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
43,000.
I
deserve
did do
that.
43,000 worth of
out
good.
of 50,000. That's how many
Yeah.
points I've
Did it?
got.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, the five of us combined, I would have not have got any of those.
Oh my gosh, I would have been so off on all of that.
Well done, team.
As soon as I play this with my partner, and as soon as I'm starting, like, but what's the angle on the road? He's just like, no,
I'm out.
It's here somewhere. Just
No,
click.
No. I'm all about. Look, if you're not playing with a time limit, I am all about you find the exact
Yeah.
place. You find the meter. But with that one,
A
you can't look
precise
around.
pixel.
no,
like-
you can't look around.
Like with
It's
that one, I
very-
don't feel it. But like on GeoGuessr, I'm like, no. We can work out exactly where on the junction we were,
Yeah.
which way we were facing, and therefore
Yeah.
how far away we were.
if you remember your starting point.
Yes.
Yes. Which when I don't know where I am, I never do because I just click madly,
Yeah.
trying to find anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, nice. Oh, well, thanks for that, Shamini, for the recommendation. That's
Yeah.
great.
Thank you,
I'm
Aaron.
gonna send that to
Yeah,
my
thank-
parents. They're gonna love that.
Yeah. Nice. What are we feeling? Another announcement? Or we're not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. I didn't know. It's like, are we doing another one? Because we've got two. We've done Clock Tower.
Have we got 2 more?
No. We got the one after Clock Tower.
Yes. Fine. Shamini, you could do this one.
It's announcement time.
That was a trumpet fanfare for the announcement, by the way.
What if there were more dungeons in your dragons?
What?
I would punch them.
Sorry, what?
Oh no.
Oh, Shamini, how are you doing this announcement? Carry on.
Okay, I guess there aren't that many Dungeons or Dragons in it, but we're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yes, okay, yes. Okay.
Now that you mention it, I guess without
Heard of it?
Dungeons or Dragons. But the point is, we've got a D&D campaign coming up.
Woo!
It's very exciting. There could be dungeons, there could be dragons. I don't know. Emily Bates is jamming it, but the
Probably a
main
dungeon.
thing that there will be is gods, demigods, heroes, myths, ancient Greek mythology, but kind of in the modern day. What? And we are going to be starting that in September. Is it six-parter again?
Yes.
Is that right? And all I know is that at the moment I have to pick a god to be a sort of
Inspiration.
follower of, something of. I have to pick a god, and there are all these gods. There are a lot of gods. Emily Bates, anything to?
No, I'm going to leave it there. I think
Ooh.
like everyone will be. We've got some very exciting guests.
Yep.
Everyone will be playing demigods, so they will have some
demigod,
kind of.
like of a god.
So either you're half mortal, half god, and one of the gods is your parent, or a god has kind of picked you and bestowed some powers on you. Spoilers: the powers are D&D classes. So normal people, you're not a fighter. Like a fighter is a demigod. So and they'll be playing not high level, but relatively high-ish level D&D. So the idea being that mortals do not have powers, and if these people choose to kill them, they can. It will be all about about choices and picking a side and where your allegiances lie.
Love that.
Ooh.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
That will be Tuesdays in September. After our last Clock Tower
And
on
October.
the 2nd, I think.
Yeah, a bit of October, yeah.
Yes, up to September and then into October. So that'll be our next big campaign after Summer of Clock Tower. So yes, it's all happening. We're
I
making
don't
our
know what I'm going to call it yet, so I've got an idea.
Yeah.
I'm excited for another Emily Bates campaign after Absalom Files, which was fantastic.
Can everyone pick their favorite Greek god?
No, haven't got one. They're all great. I love them all. No, actually, no, it's a lie. It's Dionysus. Dionysus is fucking great. He's baller.
Yeah.
Dionysus will be an important god in this campaign because I fucking love Dionysus.
I was going to say.
Dionysus is the great god. Yeah.
I've been doing a load of revision on the Greek gods. I've been reading books that I've read before. I've been reading the Stephen Fry books again. I've been watching a load of overly sarcastic productions on YouTube who do animated short versions of the Greek god myths. I've been watching all of them. They're really good. I highly recommend.
There's also a D&D source book that you pointed us towards.
Theros.
Theros.
But that has different gods in. Those aren't.
Ignore those gods. They're
Ignore
not
those
real.
gods. No.
I'm using actual ancient Greek
Oh,
gods.
I started doing loads of research into the
No,
gods.
no.
Oh no, baby,
I
no,
was like,
no. Actual
God.
Greek
Yeah,
gods.
okay, real gods.
Zeus
is way
and that
better,
lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Real insight into the inner workings of the RP Geeks right
Yeah.
now.
I was supposed to read it. I was like, oh no, all these I've never heard of
I
any
can
of
send a
these.
link to Mythos.
No. I suggested it as there's something else you could do, and then it was no, it's okay. So I think only you, Shamini, was the one that looked it up because I looked it up because of the different lineages, because you can be like Centaur or Minotaur or Satyr and all that sort of thing. That's why I was suggesting it.
That makes me very happy because there was a lot of information in there that I was like, oh no, there's all these.
You're like,
gods
phew,
up
I
there.
don't have to do this homework.
Yeah, I'm closing these. I'm closing those tabs right now. Actually,
Close those tabs. you know the Greek gods, Shamini.
Gods of Theros close. Dungeons and Dragons Mythic Odyssey Theros Pantheon close. Yeah,
You're like,
okay,
for
Never
you.
heard of it, never want to hear of it.
Never. And if anyone has watched the Netflix show Chaos, I will be liberally referencing and stealing from it. So the story won't be there, but I will be stealing a lot of the characterizations of some of the gods because I think they're fucking good. And it's how dare they not renew it, Netflix? How dare you? I think it's the best show they've made in years. Anyway, it's fine. But also do go watch Chaos. Highly recommend. Jeff
Very
Goldblum
good
as
show.
Zeus. Oh yes, love.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Excited for that. We've got Clock Tower
Good.
Summer. We've got Emily D&D Fall. I don't know.
Mythic. You could call it
Mythic Fall? Yeah, Mythic.
Mythic. Just for the name of the show. I haven't come up with a name yet. Put
No.
your suggestions in chat.
You find out in like a month's
Maybe
time and
something
it goes,
to do
RP
with,
Geeks is Mythic. And we're like, yep. That's what
I
we're
think
going
the
That
name
is really
Mythic's
good.
quite cool.
Mythic is very good. I'm trying to remember, but there was like a thing, right, where they talk about in Greek myth the idea that the age of heroes was the like golden age or something, and that then there's the age of bronze. So you could maybe call it like the golden age. Or if it's not that anymore, maybe it's sort of the gilded age or the like. What's the word when gold becomes bad? Tarnished? What's the
Tarnished.
thing?
Tarnished? Yeah. No, I don't want that.
Thanks, Folarin, for your contribution. Bye.
Thank you, but that's not the story we're going for.
I like Mythic.
Mythic is very. To be fair, Mythic is a great name.
Something with choices in it or balance or
Okay, let's not workshop right now because I'll be sad if you will tell me how bad my ideas are.
No.
Shall we play a game?
Yeah, let's play one more game before
Shall
we
we play a game?
close up for the
See if
night.
it makes it work.
All
Make it
right.
work.
Have you got it set up? So
I'm just seeing whether I need to. Oh, I need to add you all again. Okay, hang on.
that's
doing
fine.
Yay.
I don't want to
La
search for
la
players.
la. So, what's everyone's favorite tabletop role-playing game?
No.
Is it not D&D?
I'm going to make my own with all the best bits from all the others. Just
Right, everyone log on though because I'm
Oh,
getting a lot
I'm
of you're all
so with you.
offline notifications.
I'm on it.
That's
I'm
where
on.
I'm currently at. I am online, I think.
It says.
Come on.
It says.
Wasn't
Shall we
all
tell
of
the
you?
crowd what we're gonna play? We're gonna play a game called Flip 7, which imagine a deck of cards, and in that deck of cards there's 1 1, 2 2s, 3 3s, 4 4s, 5 5s, upwards to 12.
Oh.
We are each gonna take turns flipping cards to gain points. So if I draw 12, I've got 12 points. If I draw 11, I've got 11 points, etc. We're racing to get 200 points. The catch is that if you draw 2 of the same cards, you're out.
For that round, yeah.
Yeah, you're out for that round.
Folarin
You-
Shamini, I
and
know
you
you're
lose
enjoying
all
this,
the
but
points.
please join the game.
Yeah.
wow.
You've got an
Yeah.
education.
Yeah.
This really is for the benefit of the audience.
Audience.
I have a notification.
No, it's Folarin and Shamini as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I didn't know how the game works,
Okay.
I
so
think
that
I
was good
clicked
to
it.
hear.
Yeah, you're in
Um,
Shamini. I'm just waiting till Folarin gets
Should I?
in.
What do I have no notification. What should I?
I got a
be doing?
bottom
Just
right
wait.
notification.
Bottom,
which
go
is
to the
what
bottom
I was-
right. Yeah, of the gate.
There are also a medley of power abilities that we can assign
I'm
to
gonna
each other
kick
that
you
will
and
pop
ask
up
you
and
again.
we'll explain as
Oh.
it's relevant.
Sorry, Folarin, I just kicked you as you came in.
I just saw that happen.
It's like, I was like, he's not here. Okay, now try.
Oh, there you go. Now I have a notification.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, boom, start now.
All right, I'm gonna switch over.
Here we go.
All right.
Oh, error. Really?
Error.
Oh no.
No, it's fine.
This
Should
is
I be
what we
clicking
get.
play?
Start
or
now.
what's happening?
It's
So
just
starting in 1.
I keep getting an
starting now.
error. Why am I getting an error? Are you getting an error?
I don't know.
Are you in the game?
Let's
says
all
waiting.
reload our page and try again.
Let's all
Alrighty.
reload our page.
Hooray.
It
Ooh.
worked earlier when we thought we could pause it and we couldn't. Okay,
It says I'm waiting.
start now.
This game is basically just
Oh.
pure
Hey,
pushing
I'm
your
gonna
luck.
accept.
Pushing your luck. I love it.
I reckon I'll accept as well.
Could you imagine if you
okay.
didn't right now? Oh, all right.
Okay,
Right, we've already
you're
got
first,
cards.
Zach. You're going to see Fiona's.
I can see everyone. I think everyone can see each other, right?
I'm gonna
yeah.
hit
Oh, you got a 10.
10.
So Zach's got a 5 and a 10.
Oh, so is the idea that we keep risking it until we want to stop?
Yes.
Yes.
You have to have 7
Yeah.
unique numbered cards, or
Yeah.
and if you ever
Or
get
just as many as you want.
as many as you want. But
It doesn't-
I'm going to also hit as well. So I'm going
And is it whoever gets the highest, or the
Points,
closest to 200 wins?
correct? Yeah. All right. So I've got.
We
an
all
8
if we
and a
s-
9.
if we stay, we keep the points.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you keep what you've got. If not, you're oh no,
All
I've
right.
started
Well,
with
Lauren's
12.
on 11. No, but 12's good. Okay.
But there are loads
Shamini.
of 12s, right?
There's
Um,
loads of 12s.
All right. Come on, Shamini.
12s in fact.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Okay.
So you get more points. Ooh.
I got an action card that I have to give to
Okay.
someone.
So
So you can
yeah,
assign
you
this
can-
to someone.
They will have to turn over the next 3 cards so you can get someone out basically because they're more likely. Or you can give it to yourself
And get
if
more
you want to
points.
risk it.
And I could get loads of
Who do
points.
you hate?
Then.
Who do you hate?
I don't hate any of you. I like you all.
I think
I
the
love
least
asking you
risky
those
one
kinds
to, if you're trying not to fuck anyone over, I'm the least risky one because
exactly
I've got
what
the
I was
lower numbers.
I was thinking that.
You can also give it to someone else.
Watch you bust on this.
I know.
I think I will.
And like Folarin's got an 11, so he would be more likely to lose.
I
I'll give
would
it to
be.
Emily.
I think you should.
Oh,
Okay.
come
I
on.
think you should have given it to me
It's just doing
personally.
it.
But
It's just doing it.
Eight.
Great.
Whoa.
Yeah!
Oh,
Okay,
no.
I've got 12 now.
It's
Right.
only Emily
oh,
now.
there you go.
I'm hitting. I'm hitting.
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh.
All right, I'm also going to hit and hope for the best.
You got some high ones to come. Oh, it's good, Fiona.
6, I know.
Oh,
Nothing.
I want to hit so bad.
Go on, hit.
No,
hit.
I'm gonna. Oh,
I've got. I'm losing so badly now.
I'm staying. I'm staying. I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah,
Boo.
I'd sticking with 35.
I would have been out. It was a good call. It was a good call.
23, 26. I've got to hit. Otherwise, I'm losing so badly.
Oh, no.
Nice.
All right, Zach. what are
I
you
reckon
thinking?
y'all are
Zack.
gonna bust soon. I'm staying.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout,
Oh,
Zach.
what are you talking about? You always got to hit on 4 just in case. Ah, yeah, second
Second
chance.
chance.
I'm keeping that to myself. Yeah.
Well, you have to.
Does
I'm-
that do?
So if I
Oh,
get,
I must
I
choose.
can,
Oh, that's me.
I can get if I get another one of my ones, I can use my second chance to get rid of it.
Oh, amazing! Really? Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I'm still
Shamini.
losing. I'm still going.
Yes, very
Alright,
good,
I'm
Shamini.
gonna absolutely get another one just in case. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fiona can just keep
I
playing.
can
now.
keep going.
basically now. Keep going, yeah.
Oh, Fiona's.
Lauren, you're
no.
mad.
Ooh, Folarin, no.
Lauren's- oh no, I'm risking it.
Absolutely.
Fiona might as well.
Might as well.
Fiona's
Oh,
Yeah,
These
Fiona-
cards are
It-
insane.
deep roll. Fiona cannot lose.
Lauren,
I
don't do
might
it.
do. I might do.
Okay,
Come on,
yeah.
Florin. Oh,
Did Florin stick?
yeah.
Yeah.
So come on.
Oh,
Shamini.
Numbers
Shamini.
just keep
Shamini.
going up.
Oh
You cannot
wait,
lose.
dumb. I should have gone. Yeah, well.
No,
too
you
late.
don't know. You don't know what Shami's about to get though.
I'm unable to connect to the server. Are you connected to the internet? Yes, I am.
Oh no! Refresh page.
Refresh.
Oh, should I?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well try
Yes.
it.
Okay. I've got a little sun timer. Okay, I'll refresh.
You'll be alright. You'll be okay. You've got, according to the thing, 1 minute 13 seconds. So,
Okay,
oh,
I'm risking
rotating-
it.
Oh,
A 3. Oh, Florin, you could have got
Damn
it.
it.
Fiona might as well. Oh, what? Fiona's gonna get 7.
Fiona's gonna get 2.
Fiona's about to
Good.
flip
Maybe.
7.
Shamini, you're mad.
No.
This is not how this game normally goes.
oh, but second
No,
chance.
okay,
second
but
chance.
second
Second
chance.
chance. So,
Shamini,
Shamini.
Shamini. I can't.
oh,
yes,
she stayed.
correct.
But I have to. I have to though.
No, you don't.
have
You don't
to.
have to.
But
You
what
do.
if-
You do. You do.
You do. Play big or go home.
Okay.
No! We've done this. How has this
You've
happened?
done this.
Fiona,
Oh my god! She did it! She did it! She did it!
She
Fiona's literally unbeatable.
Whoa. Unreal.
Oh,
Interesting that they're
God.
giving us all a
I
card to
don't
begin
play
with.
it where
Yeah.
we all get dealt one to
No.
start.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just an online thing.
I think it
but-
just because it stops with the cards, isn't it? Oh, me. I will absolutely hit again.
Yeah, you gotta hit.
Yeah, I'll go hit. So currently I'm on 67. Emily is on 35.
I've got an 11
Lauren's
again.
40. Shamini is on 49.
Oh, it's me. Sorry.
Zach
Actually,
is
yeah.
Starting with really high numbers. Boo. Folarin's got 3 and a 5. Folarin's.
Oh, Folarin. Okay, get Folarin.
Get him.
Get in.
Ooh, Zach's got.
Yeah, see him, boys. Get him.
no.
Oh,
Doing
I'd
it for
keep it.
myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'd
think that makes
keep it,
sense.
Zach,
Good
absolutely.
shout.
12.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
oh.
good call, good call, good call.
Absolutely gonna try and hit again. Ooh, a 0. How exciting.
Zero.
So, I'm doing it.
Didn't even know there
Hit.
was a 0.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Emily's
Oh,
out.
Emily.
Bust.
9s. That was unlucky, Emily.
It was unlucky.
I
It's
wasn't
okay.
lucky.
Folarin is doing so
I
well.
reckon I'm gonna.
Oh, Shami's bust.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Sham.
Oh no.
Fair enough.
Welcome to. This is how it normally runs, not with people getting flip 7.
Fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Oh.
Very nice.
Got a hit on the 4 just in case.
Folarin, you've got
Oh,
such
plus 6.
cards. What does that mean?
Oh, that's just a modifier.
Yeah.
6 points.
Oh,
Folarin, how are you
Folarin.
doing?
Okay.
Look at these numbers.
Lauren's so safe now, though.
So
I
safe.
can't keep going. I'm
I
staying.
agree.
Cowards.
You've got
Freeze.
Oh,
Freeze
winner.
him. Fiona, freeze him.
But if I.
You have
Yeah.
to freeze Folarin. You
I
have
could,
to.
free- I
He's
could
gonna-
freeze myself. I could freeze myself.
No.
though.
He was
What
never
does-
going to go out. He was going to get more points.
You think?
What does freezing mean? Is it temporary?
Fiona, you can also
No,
just
it's for the
stick.
round.
Remember?
I want to keep
How are you doing this?
Oh my god, Fiona.
Fiona.
Fiona,
Oh my
please stop.
gosh.
You've got too many points.
You've got a great number of points.
Maybe I could get one more though.
Okay,
Why
you
does
do
the
that
game
then.
One more?
system love you?
This game.
No,
do
no,
another one, Fiona.
No, now I'll stop now.
Oh, well done.
Oh, I'm doing. I got a 12 this game.
Oh, flip 3 for Shamini. So you can
Straight
give it to
away.
yourself or give it to another person.
Give it to yourself. I would
Yeah,
say.
okay. We can't go
Yeah.
too. Yes,
I
nice.
think early on it makes sense.
Yeah,
7.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12.
Oh,
That's
12.
good though. Like you're already on 23.
It's not too bad, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh my god, action
Oh.
card. Oh.
Look at who's winning.
Yeah,
And you've
no,
only-
You.
I'm
Freeze yourself.
not going to freeze myself. I'm going to freeze Folarin.
How do
Oh no,
you-
wait,
how do you
Zack.
see that?
Zack.
Oh, there we go.
Zack's got the most. Yeah, I'm going to freeze that. Sorry, Zack.
Other than you,
I'm not going to freeze myself. I've not got any cards.
you have
Oh,
like,
11
double
and
me.
12.
Emily,
Piss off.
no. Terrible cards. Terrible cards.
Terrible cards.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Alright,
Fiona.
I'm going to hit, naturally. Oh, an 8.
Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh.
might as well risk it.
Do it, do
Yeah,
it, do
might
it.
as well risk
Come on.
it.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's addictive. Oh.
Ooh, +2.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice,
Nice.
nice.
Doesn't count to your 7 though, importantly.
Ooh.
Shamini living on the edge.
Living on the edge.
Sham.
I know.
Oh.
Shami does not sound happy.
Okay, one more.
I know, I hate it.
Life choices.
I hate living on the edge.
Oh,
Oh,
Ah,
Right,
damn it.
round out. Good, good.
I'm out.
I'm gonna go again.
Okay. Fiona's
Oh,
going.
×2 though.
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
Oh,
Cards you keep getting, my god.
I've got to stay. I've got to get that. I've got to get some points.
I'm gonna try.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
you're
I'm gonna play that
frozen. You have
myself. I'm
to
gonna play it
freeze
myself,
yourself.
so that's unfortunate.
You literally, yeah, you have to.
Yeah, no
Oh.
one else can play.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay, we're doing better now. Doing better now.
Yeah, this is not.
Fiona's got
Fiona's-
fucking
Yeah.
143.
This is
Get
not
Fiona.
when I
Everyone
play-
get Fiona.
when I was playing this in person, I came
Fucking
dead last all the
child.
time. So.
Now Fiona's starting with a 4, so.
Hmm.
God.
I hate living on the edge. Shamini Bundell 2025.
The edge are terrible. Well, they haven't got Wi-Fi there.
Ooh, 14.
Okay, hit. Okay,
Ooh.
okay, okay.
Oh,
Love
very
it.
good.
Love to see it.
Oh, okay. Oh, Shami's
Oh,
out.
Sham.
Busted.
I'm lucky.
Card counting down.
Hmm.
Because it's counting how many cards are left in the deck.
Oh.
So if we'd been
Yeah.
card counting, we would.
Oh,
know.
yeah, I know. Is that I can't.
Oh.
I always
okay.
shuffle it when I play, which is clearly wrong.
You're supposed to get to the end of the deck and
Oh,
then.
piss
reshuffle.
off!
Yeah,
Sorry.
Alright,
you
might
are
as
meant to
well.
get to the end of the deck.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, because otherwise, because then you can count.
Yeah.
Oh, who's had a
Oh.
flip and a Oh.
Fiona's out. Oh no,
there's
that's
3 of us
fine.
now.
Damn it.
All right. Come on, Zack.
Oh, good. Just
Okay.
Fiona.
Oh, a second chance.
Okay, Zach, good. good,
Okay,
good,
Zach, this is.
Absolutely gonna
Come on
go.
then.
Oh, I'm out.
You're our only hope.
Okay, yes,
Oh.
good,
Okay,
good,
this is
good.
what needed to happen.
All right.
Yeah, just
That's
go.
what
Zach,
needed to happen.
you off
Okay.
Just go. You're fine.
Good.
Go so
Okay.
safe.
Okay.
Now what happens?
Is it
Oh,
gonna
okay, it's
reshuffle?
all
Yes,
back.
it is.
Yep. Good.
Great.
Oh, he's.
Excellent.
Oh,
Okay,
it's
second
fine.
chance. Second
That's
chance.
the
Gonna
second
take it.
chance.
Okay.
what are you
That's the
doing?
second
Got
chance.
2
And
more.
I've got 5. I've got 6, so I'm gonna stay.
I think that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So I just say, Shamini, you have the great sort of snooker commentator voice. Like, oh yeah, bad miss.
This-
That's good stuff.
9. That's 3 9s out already.
Now it's a risky play, but we will see if it's going to pay off for our young hothead.
3 9s on the board.
Doesn't like leaning on the edge, but oh, here we go.
God.
It's a 2.
Now, as we've seen, he is a rather risk-averse player, but
Another
No,
2.
two. That's a 2.
Twos on the board.
2's out.
No
I
2s.
gotta say, I am because I'm on stream. I am playing so much more risk averse.
I know.
oh really?
Zach's
I
so risky when he
normally-
plays, yeah.
I am normally like I'm just gonna keep flipping and
You
like
gotta flip. It's
points be
fun.
damned, but I'm like no.
Well, especially if someone's already winning, then surely it's just like, yeah, might as well. Fucking, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Oh, piss off!
Oh,
And that's bad luck.
9?
There
There's so many 9s out. There's only so many
You've got a
9s
lot of
out.
9s on the board.
There are currently
Oh,
1,
bad
2, 3,
miss,
4,
Shamini
5,
Bundell there.
6
Nope.
9s out. There's 6 9s out. I certainly can't draw another
See,
one.
me. Okay. Now you see, because Zack is in contention with me now, so I feel I have to keep going.
You do.
Yeah, you
Because
do.
I will, and I will, and I
Paid
will.
off, didn't it?
I did,
fuck
didn't
it.
it?
Lauren's in full-on fuck it mode. We love it.
Yeah,
Gotta be,
might as well.
Aaron, like, you gotta get back
I'm
up.
gonna do one more.
Go on, do it.
Oh, on the
No,
floor.
Zack. Oh,
That's a bad miss.
wow. Miss.
That's all right. I got
Fiona.
Lauren, what are you
She's
thinking?
winning by so much that I might as well just try.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
on,
get
go
her
on.
down.
Go on. Oh no! Why?
Oh no, stop. Lauren, you must stop. You
Stop,
simply must.
Lauren.
Yeah, you actually
Yeah, I
have
reckon
to
it's
stop
probably
now.
I reckon it's
Oh,
a shame.
fair.
at
What
this
is
Can't
stage.
risk that.
And
That's
then-
too good.
What
Too
is
Yeah,
good to
exactly.
lose, yeah.
It will take you up to near the top as well.
How many more rounds will there be after this? Like, how many
First
rounds?
200.
Well, we're racing to 200, so whoever gets to 200 first.
Which is why Fiona simply must be stopped.
I simply must stop. I'm gonna stay. Okay.
Well done, everyone.
Okay, right. Shamini, me and you aren't really threats right now, so we need to get the others.
Oh, but plus 10 though.
Plus
Nice.
10, I'll take it. Yay. Means I can't go out on my first turn, so that's nice.
Nice.
Oh, it's an 8.
Zack and
Oh,
no.
That's a bad miss. Zack there.
Alright.
Double eight.
Oh my gosh, already? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh,
This
I'm
is what-
also out. I'm also
No.
out.
Yeah, okay,
So,
good.
Here we go.
Okay, now we must stop
Oh,
Folarin.
thank goodness. Okay, well that's mean.
No, but we must for the game.
For the game.
That's mean. Oh, he's got a second
No.
chance.
Oh.
Excellent. I'm gonna
Wow.
be even more reckless.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even reckless. It's just you can play however you want.
It's just-
You want
Yeah.
that?
Come on. Yeah.
Oh, this is bad.
This is rough.
It's not great.
Okay, it's just been a 10, so there won't be another one.
Yeah.
Oh, a
Freeze.
freeze. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just doing maths. Yeah, Folarin.
Yeah.
Go away.
It's great.
Oh, Lauren,
that
that's
was a
rough.
hit on
I had to. I
target.
simply had to.
Yeah, I think you had to.
All right.
Again.
Such a great opportunity there.
Just want to get into triple digits, so should I just freeze? Is the question.
Here we go. Will Shamini Bundell be able to? Oh, got a +2. Oh,
Oh
exciting.
my god.
It's quiet in the crucible.
Oh
Oh, it's
my
a
God,
plus.
no.
It's a ×3. It's a flip 3. Okay. Oh,
She's
it's another
either gonna
flip 3.
flip 7 or
Game.
she's
It's
out.
another flip 3.
Oh,
Oh,
But
ow.
not
Oh.
really.
Oh, should I do another one?
Do another one.
Yes.
Do
yes.
it. Do it.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
that's not about. We can do another one.
Do another one.
Oh my God.
Go on. Do it again.
Oh,
You
I
can
can do
flip
it.
7.
You can do this, Fate.
You can flip 7. You have to. You're on
I
6.
believe in
Come
you.
on.
You have
Come
to.
on.
Come on.
Come on.
Fuck.
7. That flip.
Emily has
Oh.
just raced ahead.
Yes.
Not a hedge though. Not a head.
Not-
though,
not-
importantly.
Ooh. Okay, so I've got an
1
action
point
card.
ahead of me.
Got an
Yeah.
action card. I'm gonna
Give
give
it
the
to
action
yourself.
card. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to myself.
Sure.
Oh, I'll go
Oh.
freeze. And a 12.
Well, oh, they're not making
11.
you use the freeze.
No,
Oh,
I
you're
think you
doing
wait
it
till the
first,
end
then
and
freezing.
choose.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, no.
Emily, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I just had the high. It's okay.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I don't even get my
Moving so
first
badly.
card.
No. No.
Nothing.
I'm gonna
Shamini,
freeze.
I've got freeze.
you've got to give it to Fiona.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because she'll be on 93. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's going to win the next round.
Well, yeah. So
Yeah.
you guys have one round to. Oh,
To-
So really, actually, we need
Jesus.
you to win now, Folarin. Congratulations.
congratulations.
Congratulations, we need you to win.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
you.
have some
You are the
pressure.
chosen one.
This is it.
I
This is-
flipped 7, so I'm
This
just
This
absolutely over
is
the moon.
it. A grand final here on Board Game Arena. Oh, Zack is out.
Um,
That is a
Hate
bust.
you.
All right, down to the wire. Will he hit or will he
I don't
stay?
actually
No.
need to worry that much.
You do.
About,
You do.
You do.
You do.
You know what you-
You do.
I all I need is to score 7 in the next round.
Next round, yeah. So you have to do it this round, Folarin. You need to get another 15 points.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, but he got a 0.
But you're so close to
Oh, he's
7.
so close. Yeah. This is so silly.
Mm.
No. Oh.
Folarin, you can do it. There's so many 10s and 11s, surely.
Fuck it.
No, he is back.
Shit.
He is out. It's set to Shamini
Shamini, you need to
Bundell.
get.
I don't physically can I?
Wait,
Um,
you can score more
put
points.
7
Oh,
and
and
maybe-
Bust as well,
Oh.
unfortunately.
Wait, Fiona, we could
Oh.
freeze Fiona this round. It could
Don't
happen.
freeze
That's
me.
true.
Well,
That's true.
well,
Good
depends if anyone
chance.
gets a freeze in this bit.
Depends. Oh, what's Fiona going to
What am I gonna get? I'll take the
No,
11.
she's going to freeze.
He'll stay.
Come on. Flip 3.
Oh,
flip 3. Flip 3. I need to.
Don't you dare flip.
We need
three.
flip 3s to Fiona.
Don't do it.
It's our only chance.
Oh,
No, don't give it to Fiona. Don't give it to
Excellent.
Fiona.
Why not?
Don't give it to Fiona.
I'm
Why
in.
not?
Oh, don't. Oh,
She's won.
She's
No, no,
won.
Oh,
no,
shit.
no,
Just
but
finish
wait, listen. So it's after 200, we count up all the points. Whoever's got the most points wins. So
Over 200.
technically,
Oh, we could go over.
we
Okay.
can go over.
Okay.
So I'm on 204 just now. So I will
Okay,
say
so
that.
we need-
Yeah. So I had to do the clarification at the weekend as well.
That's great.
That does make
knowledge.
sense. Okay.
Oh, another freeze now. Who's going to be mean to Folarin?
Zack.
no.
Well, I'm trying to stop.
Bates is ahead of me.
By 1 point. He just froze Fiona. It was
Oh,
so
it should freeze me.
No.
Oh.
I got frozen before.
Oh, Flora's got
Oh,
busted.
Fuck's sake.
Right, Shamini, it's all on you.
I got I'm like, what am I gonna do? What do you think
Yeah,
I'm gonna do?
I am closer. I could.
Oh, yeah,
be
sorry,
the
Come on,
one.
come on.
Yeah, but you've just froze me, so I don't want you. I want Fiona to win before you win. Hey,
Oh
Shamini,
my
if you keep getting
gosh.
those cards, you might be
Are
right.
those plus,
maybe.
plus
Oh.
ones?
Oh, Zack's out.
Right, Shamini, it's all on you.
I
Flip
cannot
7,
all on
flip
you.
Me,
7,
even if
flip.
I got the
Right,
black.
plus the extra 16, and you get more points for flipping 7.
Okay.
You could do this.
Okay.
Possibly.
It's not
You get
looking
an
good
extra
right
15
now.
for flipping
20
7. You can do it.
Come
You
on.
can do it. You can do it. You might as
Come
well
on.
try. You might as well try.
Oh,
Yeah, you
it was
literally-
worth it. It
oh,
was
there we
worth
go.
a try.
It's a bad
was.
It
miss.
was worth a try.
Well done,
Oh.
Fiona.
Very well done.
Very good.
I literally did. Oh, that's exciting.
I like that
Oh,
game.
a great game.
Great
That's
game.
my level
Well
of complexity in a game that I
It's
like.
great. Such
Whoa.
a good game.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
also
exactly.
it's also free on Board Game Arena. So
Nice.
if anyone would like to play it.
Oh, it's been ages since I've gone on Board Game Arena. It's good, isn't it?
There you go. Whoa, well done, team.
Yeah, really nice.
Whoa, that's exciting.
Mm.
Oh,
Really good.
all right.
I love that game so much.
Yeah.
It is
So
very
good.
addictive.
It's so good.
So simple. So simple.
All right, shall we wrap up, team? It is.
I think it might
4
be
past 10.
bedtime.
Yeah.
Tuesday
Oh.
evening bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks everyone who came and hung out with us today, just for Urchins chit-chatting and for gaming nonsense and for knowing things about time and geography and things like that. Yeah, really lovely to have you, and we always appreciate your being here, and appreciate just getting to come and stream and have a lovely time because it's really good fun.
Yeah.
Zack and Folarin, why don't you do a very quick little plug because people still need to
Know who
people
you
need
are.
more content, more
More content.
Do they?
content always. Just
Oh.
oh, I have a fun fact. I have a London fact that can lead into your London fact, which is the sewers. What Eddie was in Urchins. Oh no, we need sewers. We need sewage pumping stations. One of the reasons they were suddenly like, we need a lot of sewers is because someone invented the flushing toilet, and suddenly there was loads of water going into that. Oh god, we need to get rid of the water. Where was the flushing toilet? Sort of initially kind of demoed, like, oh look, I've just invented the flushing toilet.
World's
It's a great
Fair.
exhibition in the Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Which is the prelude to the World's Fair.
How fun. Love that.
Amazing.
That was supposed to be a lead into a plug for
For Zack.
And if you like the Crystal Palace as much as I do,
palaces.
and you enjoy fantastical, magical London, well, then you know what you'll like? You'll like the Liminal London series that is on Realms of Peril and Glory, the podcast that I run It is about a bunch of downtrodden ne'er-do-wells in the city of London. One's a werewolf, one's a wizard from Council Estate, and the other is a private investigator who used to work for the magic cops and then left. They deal with many different mysteries and goings on in the city as various factions vie for power. We're currently recording the final Liminal London mystery, the 7th Liminal London mystery, where the story is going to come to an epic conclusion, and that is hopefully going to be reaching listeners' ears later this year. So tune in for that on the podcast Realms of Peril and Glory, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Nice.
Lovely. And Folarin, if the people need more you, more stuff, more in their life, what would you suggest?
I would suggest finding me on probably Instagram or Blue Sky. Find my link tree, and then you can find whatever social media channels I'm still on. The link tree being Akinmade, Akingmade, where you will find my general goings on in the world of acting and musical theatre, and so on and so forth. Yeah, please check it out. I've started writing songs again. Come and listen to them.
Yay!
It has.
Yeah.
It's great. Yes, good, wonderful. A very quick plug for some RP Geeks websites. We've got a YouTube. You're here. We've got a podcast. We've got a merch store that is yet to be updated, but soon. We've got Patreon, where we do behind the scenes kind of stuff, and occasionally, as recently, Patron Clock Tower games, which recently was really good fun, and we had a really great time. We have an Instagram. We have a Blue Sky. What else do we got? I think that's it.
I think that's us. We're just around on the internet. So
And just say the Patreon Clock Tower games, we haven't got another one scheduled, so don't just sort of charge over there right now if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Just to say that clearly.
But there's things that happen from time to time on the Patreon of various kinds.
Yes.
Is the general gist.
Yeah.
So
so if you want to, if you're able to, please come and join and support us. We'd love that. But equally, if you could just word of mouth, do the whole like the video and share it and be like, this was really funny. That's all that stuff helpful as well. If you're not in a good financial place, because we appreciate that's also a thing. So don't feel like you have to give us money. We'd like money, but we also like you here as well.
I also like likes. I do like the likes. I always forget to be like, oh, likes are a thing.
And just tell a friend. Tell a friend that you like the show.
Yeah, that's
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because that's how these things grow. You just going out and telling people, hey, there's these great people I like. You should check them out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't grow, just someone liking it enough to tell someone about it, I'm like, whoa.
Even if you're like, God, this game Flip 7. I need a demonstration. I wonder where we could see a demonstration. I don't.
You know where you can see it on the Talkback for an RPG show you didn't watch.
Right near the end.
The last quarter of that show.
Yeah.
Go play some Flip 7, everyone. Go play some good games. Go have a lovely time. Have a wonderful 2 weeks, because we are off next week.
Next week, and then back for beginning of.
We shall
Clock
see
Tower.
you in a fortnight.
Clock Tower Summer.
Clock Tower Summer.
Bye.
Clock Tower Summer.